In certain extreme situations, the law is inadequate. In order to shame its inadequacy, it is necessary to act outside the law. To pursue natural justice. This is not vengeance. Revenge is not a valid motive, it's an emotional response. No, not vengeance. Punishment.
Tonight we have a chance to say, yeah, you're right. We're too extreme, we're too wild, we're too out of control, we're too full of our own shit. Or we have a chance to say, hey, fuck you, you're wrong. Fuck you, we're right. Because you have all made it to the dance. Because believe me, this is the dance. Start the show.
I'm not going to have fun tonight. I'm not going to enjoy this evening. Welcome to the program. It's the Steel Toe Evening Show. It's the nighttime show, the B show, the show that is either settling into a new level of mediocrity or slowly dying a horrible death, or both. But while you're still here, we're going to die that death together. Welcome to the show. While one show ascends, the other one settles into the muck, if you will. But I got some great news today. I can share what I know of it with you. It's not a lot, and it's still a work in progress. But last night I said there were developments on the radio front. I have received... And this is not one of the companies I've been talking to. I've been talking to two. This kind of came out of nowhere. This was kind of just hey, how you doing? Just catching up sort of thing. In 24 hours, it turned into, would you like to come and do this? And I have not accepted it yet. To be kind, it's not exactly what I want. But then again, I do want a traditional broadcast portion of this show. I want all facets of media to be involved. Hell, if we could get a newspaper, why not that too? But this is the first. I mean, there was a semi-offer on the table when all the time bomb shit went off. There was something going on there, but that, we fucked that up. This is the first, stick their hand out for a handshake offer that we've gotten. I've got the long weekend to think about it, and then we'll discuss it. The problem is there are other things on the table that I have to decide if I'm willing to wait for it, because it's kind of what I want and what I've wanted for a long time. But this is foot back in the door. This is a place to start rebuilding it all. I don't know. I was honored. I was very happy. I was pacing around my house back and forth when I got the message. And, you can't look a gift horse in the mouth, but I can report that there is an offer on the table for a Steel Toe show on terrestrial radio in the state of Minnesota. So, be careful what you wish for, because you don't know what you're going to do when you get it. I don't know what I really don't know what we're going to do. We'll see. Hopefully it goes well. That's all I know right now. You now, well, I know more than that, but that's all I'm willing to share at risk of fucking it up. I will say this. I am not happy with the way the chat has begun tonight. MSO, and I don't know if this is because the new approach we've taken to the show, and so the competition between MSO and I is not what it used to be. And I don't know if he's just projecting, maybe a little hostility, a little anger, a little vitriol my way. But he started the chat tonight with, Aaron was jealous of the game Hungry Hungry Hippos when he was younger, as he was jealous of how much the hippos got to eat. That was mean. And then other people decided, hey, that's funny. I'm going to tag that with more fat. Kraken Slappin said that he ate mashed potatoes today and he thought of me. I've never said that I'm a huge mashed potato guy, but Nader P says Aaron wants newspaper so we can eat fish and chips out of it. Like, you don't think that's going a little bit out of your way? Just a little out of your way? 09 Canyon says, congratulations on being the new time and temperature guy every hour on the nines. No, it would be a talk show. But again, I just have, there's a couple of things that I need to do my due diligence on to see if it's something. Because I think if I say yes to it, it kind of shoots in the ass the things I'm working on. And the things I'm working on, I'm willing to wait a while to get. But we'll see. Oh, by the way, yes, Virgin Bloody Mary again tonight. But I didn't put any hot sauce or anything in it. So it's just straight up Four Brothers Olive Bloody Mary mix. Kraken Slappin says Coke. Yeah, that will screw plans up. And it did. Ulkamasha Baby says, what? Name 58 times where running your mouth has screwed you. Saint Caesar says, hey, Aaron, have you seen your short on Bret Hart? His main rival is Goldberg for ending his career. Him and Shawn made up. Yeah, it didn't sound like Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels made up when Bret Hart was publicly accusing him of cornholing Vince McMahon. Accusing them of having a sexual relationship. I don't know. I don't know if that's making up necessarily. Joey Caravello with $5 says, would you ever put potatoes up SP's box and then mash them with your Peter? I'll wait. No, I would. No, that would be a disgusting thing to do. Atomic Ray with $1 says, remember last time? You're going to have to be more specific. There's been a lot of last times for me. MLC Podcast with $1.99 says 30 viewers. Oof. What are we looking at right now? 134 is our number, according to Rumble Studio. I will say this, 5 minutes into the show, I would definitely hope that number would go up, but you almost got me. You had me panicking there for a second. I'm like, 30, I'm not even talking to anybody at 30, but then I checked Rumble Studio here, 136. Oh, so we're climbing nicely. Okay. You know, there's a lot of boomers who think that YouTube is the only place you stream. And these boomers don't understand, like, we're a Rumble show primarily. Rumble pays us by far way more money than any other platform to stream. And YouTube is our second, maybe third platform. But all these boomers, and especially those creepy DV people, they think that YouTube is like the be-all, end-all. They like to throw away their 30%. They like to be throttled by algorithms and shit like that. It's amazing to me that they have a hard time grasping the concept of streaming on more than one platform. You know what? They're living in 2014. Give them 10 years. They'll pick it up. They'll be fine. I kind of feel bad for them, to be honest. All right, guys, we've got, you know how I said that before our 5th anniversary, or by the time we were done on our 5th anniversary on Friday, by the time we were done Friday, I wanted to get to 600 memberships. Bro, morning show kicked it in the ass this morning. We're now officially only 30 memberships away from that 600. So that's reachable tonight, my friends. That is reachable tonight. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. $2 from TDR Shit Show said, had to tune out this morning, came back and finished listening at a later time. I heard there's a couch for... I'm not selling my couch. I am not, my couch is not for sale. We're not going to start that bid again. Thank you for asking. Thank you for inquiring. You've been great. This is the final evening show of the week. This will be it. Tomorrow we will be doing a morning show. And then tomorrow after school, I go get the kids. Our big, huge Thanksgiving weekend begins until Saturday. But I will be doing a show on Friday morning. Friday morning will be good. We're going to be doing our 5th anniversary show. So far for that, I have Johnny, Oz, and Matt booked to stop by for the 5th anniversary show. We'll be celebrating our 5th year leaving radio. Black Friday 2020 was our first day streaming on Twitch. We started on Twitch because we were simulcasting the old radio show on Twitch. And we had a built-in platform there, so we went there. It went fucking bananas. Then we got suspended like a weekend. I think we started on Black Friday, and I think like the Thursday after that, we got suspended from Twitch, and our audience just dropped off a cliff after that. Like we went from, I don't know, 1,500 at a time down to this more familiar 600 to 700 you're used to seeing in the morning. It settled in to that number right away because I think what happened was we got suspended from Twitch, and it was just after we had to leave radio. So I think all the radio people who came over went, this guy's never going to fucking stop getting suspended. And I proved them wrong until 2022 when we got banned by Twitch. And we got banned by Twitch in 2022. And then we went to YouTube, and almost immediately they started striking us on COVID and shit like that. So we went to Rumble, and we found an audience there. You know, when we went from Twitch to YouTube, I think we started at like 400 some odd people for the morning shows. Now we're doing 600 on a bad day, 7-something on a good day. And we've kind of, we settled into that over time. It's kind of the number we always get back to. So thank you guys very much. It's been 5 years. The audience back in the radio days said, we will support you online. You will be able to do this show online, uncensored for all of us. And 5 years in, you guys have kept up your end of the bargain. Through everything else, you guys have kept up your end of the bargain. That's for sure. Das Optic Nerve says, banned by Weight Watchers in 2017. See now, these things just are not true. So we got Matt, we got Oz, and we got Johnny. I want to reach out to Matt Wood and see if he'll do it. We'll see if we can get him for the 5th anniversary show. But come on by on Friday. We're going to do it kind of Rumble Link Friday style, but we're going to bring other people in. It'll be fun. It'll be a great time, and you'll enjoy yourself. Let's start today with some terrible news. Hey, let's see how good your guys' recent American civil rights history is. How many of you know who H. Rap Brown is? Now, I've mentioned H. Rap Brown a couple of times on the show. He is a guy, and I'm going to be really disappointed if nobody watching this show is familiar with who H. Rap Brown is. You're not going to know who H. Rap Brown is, are you? Stop asking me if there's a couch for sale. Hit like, hit follow, hit subscribe. I want everybody hitting thumbs up. Put us in the algorithm. Bump us up a couple of tiers. Let's get to 300 tonight. That's what I'd like to do. We're pushing 200 as it is. I'd like to get up to 3. Let's call that a win. He's black. Okay, he's black. You know that H. Rap Brown is black. Ivana Tinkle says a dead spook. Okay, well, he was more than that, but yes. Dead dark. Oh, all right. You guys are taking this a different route. Nader P with $1 says, have you reached out to Jenny Craig yet? No. You know what? I'm too fat. My arms get too tired. I can't reach out that far because I'm just a big old fat guy. Is that what you wanted? Next time, put a subscription behind it. Sorry, it's the last evening show of the week. I thought you guys maybe wanted a little something extra. Richard Head says, how much for the cocaine that's still hidden in the couch? Oh, my God. Oh, no. How much for the cocaine that's still in the couch? I think it's in the vacuum now. You're going to have to get it out of there. Holy shit. That's Richard Head. It's line of the night so far, buddy. Thank you. Taste Very Alto says, H. Rap Brown faced Bam Bam Bigelow at WrestleMania 11. No, that was Lawrence Taylor. That was not. H. Rap Brown was the former head of the Black Panthers. He died today in prison at the age of 82. H. Rap Brown, no longer with us. He was one of the more aggressive guys, one of the more aggressive civil rights activists in that movement back in the 60s. He was the head of the Black Panthers. He formed an alliance between multiple different black rights groups. He was not exactly a guy who advocated for peace, put it that way. He toured the nation calling for violent resistance to the government, which he called the Fourth Reich. That's creative. Said Negroes should organize themselves and carry on guerrilla warfare in all the cities. They should make the Viet Cong look like Sunday school teachers, saying, quote, "I say to America, fuck it, freedom or death." This, of course, did end up causing H. Rap Brown to be arrested. His trial was in March of 1970. He was going to be tried in a courthouse in Cambridge, and then the next night, the Cambridge courthouse was bombed. So then H. Rap Brown disappeared for 18 months. He was arrested after a reported shootout with officers in New York City following an attempted robbery of a bar, to fight the power. He was convicted of robbery and served 5 years in Attica. While in prison, H. Rap Brown converted to Islam. He formally changed his name to Jamil Abdullah Al-Amin. After his release, he moved to Georgia, where he opened a grocery store, became an imam, became a spiritual leader in the National Ummah, one of the nation's largest black Muslim groups. But then in May of 1999, H. Rap Brown was pulled over in Marietta, Georgia for driving a suspected stolen vehicle. He was found to have a police badge in his pocket. He also had a bill of sale in his pocket explaining his possession of the stolen car, and he claimed that he had been issued an honorary police badge by Mayor John Jackson, a statement which Jackson verified. Despite this, H. Rap Brown was charged with speeding, auto theft, and impersonating an officer. So then he didn't show up for court. They executed a search warrant. After determining that the home was unoccupied, the deputies drove away and were shortly passed by a black Mercedes headed for the house. The senior deputy noted the suspect vehicle, turned the patrol car around, and drove up to the Mercedes, stopping nose to nose. English approached the Mercedes and told the single occupant to show his hands. The occupant opened fire with a .223 rifle. English ran between the two cars while returning fire from his handgun and was hit 4 times. Kinchin was shot with the rifle and a 9mm handgun. He died of his wounds the next day at Grady Memorial Hospital. The other officer, Kinchin died. English survived and identified Al-Amin, or H. Rap Brown, as the shooter. After the shootout, Al-Amin fled Atlanta, going to Alabama, where he was tracked down by U.S. Marshals. He was convicted of 13 criminal charges, including murder, aggravated assault. He was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. And he fought the case all the way up until April of 2020, when the U.S. Supreme Court declined to hear an appeal. And then again, November 23rd, 2025, he apparently died at the age of 82. So he died a couple of days ago, which is weird that we're just hearing about it now. So H. Rap Brown, gone. A legend of the civil rights movement. Did things his own way, I guess we could say, about H. Rap. No Pen 15 Fathead with $2 says, "This is my bid on the couch. Can we get $250?" Okay, fine. Can we get $250? Can we get $250 for the couch? Is that what you wanted? There. Joey Caravello with $2 says, Daryl KB Memorial Hospital. All right. MSO says, what's going on tonight? Aaron's drink is brown, his shirt is brown, his background is brown. Now we get a story about H. Rap Brown. What the fuck? Well, we're honoring H. Rap Brown. No, not guys. Not HVAC Brown. They already think that this show is watched by a bunch of racists. This is going to come off as insensitive. His name is not HVAC Brown. It's HRAP Brown. All right, let's move on to some other stuff. Thank you guys very much for being here tonight. Again, hit like, hit subscribe. We're at 200. Let's get her up to 300 and call tonight a nice, successful bounce back for the evening show. Ivana Tinkle says, I'll give you $5 for the couch if you deliver. I'd love to. Stop laughing at HVAC Brown. That's not his name. It was H-Rap Brown. He was a... Stop putting green... Guys, we are not honoring H-Rap Brown with green lights in the chat. You know, stop it. Stop putting green lights in the chat for H-Rap Brown. He was a black activist. Stop it. No. Knock it off. Right. God damn it. Das Optic Nerve says Aaron is H Snack Brown. That's not my nickname, nor would I ever claim that to be my nickname. Put the green lights in the chat away. H-Rap Brown would not have wanted this. Blue Key writes, R.I.P. King. That's nice. The green lights in the chat are not. Joey Caravello with $2 says, I would bang Eugenia Cooney, Aaron. I would, you know. I'm sure you would. I'm sure. No, Richard Head, we're also not putting bananas in. Stop putting bananas in the chat because I know what you mean by that. H-Rap Brown was a respected civil rights figure who made some mistakes in his life. That doesn't mean we put green lights and bananas in the chat. Because I know what you're trying to say with the bananas. You know what? You know what? You win. It was a mistake for me to bring it up. Forget I ever mentioned it. I didn't say anything about H-Rap Brown tonight. Sam Show, not guerrilla. He didn't say we should engage in guerrilla warfare, spelled Gorilla, and he didn't want bananas in the chat. That I promise you. All right. Well, we tried to honor H-Rap Brown, and here we are. Hit the like button, subscribe, follow, gift some memberships. Let's have some fun tonight. Hey, I got some great news for you. I know we don't do a lot of news on the evening show, but this seemed vaguely important this afternoon.
We have some breaking news coming in. Moments ago, we are learning into CNN from a U.S. official that Ukraine has agreed to a peace proposal with Russia, saying...
How bad do you think Ukraine is going to have to bend over in this peace deal? Like, you know that they're going to have to give up territory. You know that Russia's not ending this war without getting Donbass, or at least independence for the Donbass region. Ukraine's going to have to take it high and hard up the ass because America's tired of funding it. It was a Biden administration thing anyway, excuse me. Russia doesn't want to fight anymore, but they've clearly taken, a decent amount. I think Russia's whole thing in this was not just the Donbass, but getting a land corridor to the Crimea. They took Crimea years back. I think they wanted some kind of land corridor to that, and Donbass provides that. So they'll get that. Ukraine won't get shelled and bombed anymore. I mean, their military is made up of old men at this point. I mean, it's really dire straits. Ukraine has been absolutely getting their ass kicked. I think Russia has also been restrained because they don't want to trigger World War III. So I think they've kind of held the lines where they are. They've got the territory that they want. And Ukraine is just throwing everything they've got at them, and hundreds of billions of dollars of our money and weapons, just throwing it at the Russians just to keep the lines where they are. So in order to get a peace deal, I don't see Russia coming to the table and agreeing to a peace deal unless they get territorial gains. If Ukraine agreed to this, that means somebody in the U.S. and some people in Europe went, look, Zelensky, you're fucked, bro. It's over. Look, Russia's going to be generous. They're only going to take a little bit of what they conquered. They're going to tax you a little bit. I mean, I'm surprised they're going to let Zelensky stay in power, but I think once he reinstates the elections, the Ukrainian people will probably boot his ass out of there anyway. Let's listen to a little bit of what's in the deal.
Saying only, quote, minor details are outstanding. Now, this as Ukraine's President Zelensky, though, says that more work needs to be done. Yeah. Adding to the nuance here, in a post on X, Ukraine's National Security Secretary writes that the delegations had, quote, reached a common understanding on the core terms of the agreement discussed in Geneva. Overnight, a new wave of deadly strikes exchanged between Russia and Ukraine. At least 7 people were killed in Ukraine, 3 in Russia. So the war grinds on.
So, yeah, well, that we know that from Israel and Gaza. You know, you get that's an Israeli move. You get that peace deal signed, and then you get your last few bombings in. Remember, they were ordered to stop attacking Iran like we negotiated a peace in that 12-day war deal. And then Israel that night, like they had until midnight. So from like 9 o'clock to 11:59, they unleashed the worst bombing of the entire war. And that's where Trump did the they don't know what the fuck they're doing thing. And that's just Israel thumbing their nose at us and giving us the finger and going, fuck you, we can do what we want and you'll take it. They did. It was a power move. It was a disrespect. It was a temper tantrum move. But it sounds like we've got an agreement to end the war in Ukraine. And again, I can't imagine Russia agreeing to anything that doesn't give them more territory. No matter what, Zelensky probably had to be dragged kicking and screaming into it. He was probably bitching about it the whole way. We're probably going to hear him publicly bitch. He'll probably bitch about us, even though we've given him hundreds of billions of dollars. He'll complain about what pieces of shit we are and how Trump left him hanging and everything else. Good. Let's sign this peace deal and let's wash our hands of this little mutant. Did you see the video of him? They're saying allegedly a Coke boulder fell out of his nose. That like he did Coke before some kind of speech or some kind of interview. And that like as he was talking into the camera, it was shooting up towards his nose. And they claim that a Coke boulder, just a little leftover Coke up in the sinuses in the nose here, flung right out of Zelensky's nose. I think it's kind of like the worst kept secret that he does Coke. I think this has been something that people have theorized or said they've seen. Makes sense. He was in show business. But we'll pull that up in just a second. Joey Caravello with $2 says Aaron's favorite actor is David Spade because he loves spades. You can do better than that. That's not your best work. Hulkamasha Baby with $1 says Putin talked to Stalin and said, Stalin, there's Nazis in Russia. Stalin said, do what I did. Send your best Ukrainians to fight with American weapons. That is exactly what he did. That's the old Lend-Lease Act. Yeah, so if that doesn't sting your ass, you know, the hundreds of billions for weapons, we're paying him for his Coke as well. He's not gay and he doesn't do Coke, says Mr. Beat. Hey, how much did you get paid for that post? I need to know. Zelensky cocaine. I saw this today. Yeah. People theorize. It looks like Coke fell out of it. I'll let you guys decide, but bro, this is Coke.
Дуже предметно координувати нашу дипломатію. Дуже предметно.
What the fuck was that? Like, unless they were having a spitball fight in his office, somebody had a wadded up spitball and they shot it up his nose and he forgot about it. That's a fucking Coke booger that just came out.
Дуже предметно координувати нашу дипломатію. Дуже предметно координувати.
So fucking. I mean, it's one of two things. That's either a Coke boulder, or if it came out of his mouth, if we can watch closer, because he's moving his head at the time, it could be this thing. And if you have tonsils still, you might get I haven't gotten one in years. You can get these things called tonsil stones. They're chunks of bacteria that store in your tonsils. And when one shakes loose, they smell like rancid asshole. It's one of the worst smells ever. It's such a terrible smell that when I've gotten them, like sometimes you can feel it. It feels like food got stuck in the back of your teeth. And you go and you get one. And you see it and it looks like a little brain almost. And if you go, you're like, oh, That's the most disgusting thing I've ever smelled. And then you'll pull it to your nose one more time. Oh, yeah, that's fucking nasty. By the way, if you're a woman, don't worry. That's just what guys do. When something smells really fucking terrible, like if we take a shit and we walk out of the bathroom and we walk back in, oh, fuck, that's terrible. And then you'll hang out with it for a little bit because it smells so bad. But let's watch a couple more times. Is this a Coke boulder from Zelensky, or is this a tonsil stone, or leftover breakfast, a pierogi? I don't know what it could be.
Дуже предметно.
Yeah, that came right out of his nose, bro. That wasn't no tonsil stone.
Дуже предметно.
Yeah, here.
Дуже
Right out the nose. Yeah, look at that guy. Look at that guy. Look at that little fella. Let's go back a little more. Let's see if we can find him in his infancy. Just right at the beginning. Oh. Yeah, that shot right out of his nose, homie. Let's watch his lifespan. Oh, look at that. Look at that cylindrical fucker. That looks, you know what that looks like? That looks like a nice little snowflaked frosted booger. Is what that looks like. A nice little frosted booger. I bet you as soon as he was done on that meeting, I bet you he went down to that table and he sucked that bad boy right back up. Waste not, want not. Am I right? We're at war, Volodymyr.
Дуже предметно координувати нашу дипломатію. Дуже предметно координувати нашу дипломатію.
If that's not Coke, I don't know what white ballish looking thing is coming out your nose. If that ain't Coke, you got the weirdest fucking boogers I've ever seen. The weirdest boogers I've ever seen. Let's see what the audience thinks. Starts with you. No, I did not say. Nader P says, oh, so you sold the couch to Zelensky. No, that's... 09 Canyon says it's gross, whatever it was. Numero uno with $1 says, some guy lawyer claims you aren't even racist. You're just trying to impress Sam Show. I say you are racist and could never impress Sam Show no matter what. So who's right? I think a lot of the opinions that I hold, I think a lot of people consider racist. I don't consider myself a racist. I don't hate people based on their skin color. I don't hate people based on their, believe it or not, religion, background. I really don't. But I can understand that a lot of the opinions I have, and I think I'm racially insensitive. I'll admit to that. I don't see race as something that needs to be protected from opinion-wise. I think it's more important to be honest and say what you feel than it is to be sensitive of someone else's racial sensitivities. I don't believe in that. But I don't know. Racism is whoever you're talking to. To Sam Show, he probably doesn't think I'm racist enough. To other people, if you're on the kind of the left side of things, you'd probably think I'm a racist. I guess it doesn't bother me either way. If people see me as not racist, that's how I see myself. If people see me as racist, I'm like, well, if you listen to certain parts of my show, I'm sure you could walk away with that feeling. So I don't know. It's in the eye of the beholder, I suppose. Numero uno, Josh Denny with $1 says, meant to say gay lawyer, just to make sure that was clear. Well, I don't know any lawyers. Well, that's not true. One of my good friends is a lawyer. I know my lawyer I currently have. So I know a few lawyers. But as far as I don't know any gay lawyers. I mean, I know gay people who have been lawyers before, but they're not lawyers anymore. So I don't know any gay lawyers. I think they're as in denial about the lawyer thing as they are the gay thing, to be completely honest. Joey Caravello with $2 says, proof Aaron is not racist. He has eaten brown pussy. Well, now, why? Where the fuck is this coming from? Numero uno says Todd is straight. Yes, Todd is actually, you know what? I never asked. I don't know. I don't think defense lawyers really like sharing a lot of their personal lives. Oh, you know what? I know he has a son. So in order to have a son, he had to have sex with a woman, unless he bought his like Dave Rubin, fucking weirdo. So yeah, I think Todd's straight. I think he's a heterosexual guy. Hulkamasha Baby says you knew a pretend lawyer. Yes, that I knew. I knew someone who cosplayed as a lawyer one time. Are you a lawyer if you really don't have any clients or never practiced? Or it's just, look, all I know is what I know. Scousko says, I know a lawyer that stuck up for you and your kids. Well, yeah, because I paid him. No, I'm kidding. 09 Canyon says that doesn't mean anything. Gays have sex with women sometimes. That's true. Elton John has children. Elton John had sex with women. That's a fair point. I get it. Hey, guys, you're making me very happy right now. 260 is the number as we go back to Rumble Studio here. So keep hitting like, keep hitting follow, keep hitting subscribe. We'll get there in no time with the Facebook and the YouTube and the Rumble and the Kick and all that shit. 255 is our number at the moment. YouTube, you just got to keep hitting thumbs up and we'll be A-OK. Joey Caravello with $2 says Todd Peterson is the fake name Andy Samberg's character uses in the movie That's My Boy. Never saw it. Never saw it. Hey, guys, thank you very much for your contributions tonight. I appreciate it. 30 memberships away from 600. That's where we wanted to be by the end of the week, and it seems very doable right now, so thank you for everything that you've done for the program. All right, this is more of an evening show. Oh, by the way, numero uno Josh Denny fan, this will be closed circuit between you and I. I was DM'd by someone some of your work today. It was funny. It was funny. Numero uno, do you really have to go out there and make people feel all sensitive? Do you really have to go out there just triggering people? Is that who you want to be? I was sent a screenshot of some of that. I got to say to numero uno, you're a funny guy. You're not just a funny guy, but also very correct on the facts as well. All right, let's get into this story out of Thailand. Just hold on. It's not that. A woman in Thailand, this happens in some third world countries where they don't have, things like we do, like surefire ways to tell a person's dead. So in some village in Thailand, this old lady died. She could be an old lady. She could just be like 45 in Thailand too. Who the fuck knows? But she was dead. They put her in a coffin just to hold her, and then they were going to cremate her. Hours before she's cremated, like something out of a horror novel, she knocks on the coffin door. They bust in, they free the woman, and I've seen this happen before where people think someone's dead. They seal them off in a coffin. They're in the funeral home. They're banging on the door. They get rescued. They get taken to the hospital. And the person's so infirmed already that the whole being in the dark coffin, no sunlight, no food, no water, didn't exactly do them any favors. And they just go to the hospital and die there. I haven't seen too many of these episodes play out where they find the woman alive in a coffin, take her to the hospital, and she gets another 10 solid years. It's usually look, they were put in that coffin for a reason. They were on death's door. Everyone swore to God that they were dead. I mean, technically, they resurrected on a technicality. The woman was brought into a temple to be cremated. That's when staff heard her faintly knocking on the coffin walls. How much do you want to bet at least one of them thought in their head, we should still probably just cremate her? I mean, she ain't got too much spunk left in her. I mean, let's just go ahead and throw her in, pretend we didn't hear it. But Pairat Sudup, the temple's general and financial affairs manager, told the Associated Press Monday, quote, I was a bit surprised. So I asked them to open the coffin, and everyone was startled. I saw her opening her eyes slightly and knocking on the side of the coffin. She must have been knocking for quite some time. I mean, nick of time. I mean, she really waited. She took her sweet ass time to start knocking. I mean, they were literally on the way to the oven to have her cremated. And she starts knocking. So we do have, believe it or not, we have video of this. We have photos of them taking her to the hospital. There's that. But we have video of this woman as they open the casket and find her still alive in there. Look at that. I mean, could you not be forgiven to think that that person's not only dead, but has been dead for quite some time? I mean, you could have convinced me that they poured that juice that they pour on squid in Japan to get it to flail around and act like it's alive. I mean, that's someone, again, this is someone, they're going to take her to the hospital. By the way, what are they transporting her in? Like one of those cages they transport rodeo bulls in? Either way, you can't tell me that she's going to go to the hospital and make it a long time. She can't even open her eyes. Just, you know, look the other way. Look the other way. Oh, fucking Dalai Lama, big hitter, the Lama. So we're on 18, and he's going to stiff me. I say, hey, Lama, how about a little something, you know, for the effort? And you know what he says to me? He says to me, there will be no money. But when you die, on your deathbed, you will receive total consciousness. So I got that going for me, which is nice. This has got to be trippy for these paramedics, too. They got to go. This is their first call where they've had to go into a casket, lift a skeleton, and put it on a stretcher. Look at how tiny she is. You can't tell me that whatever days she has are going to be 5-star days, bish. Like, whatever she's got left, life-wise, it ain't good. I mean, I'm not saying the oven would have been preferable. I'm just saying it would have been quicker. That's all. Joey Caravello with $2. Says, Aaron, would you like to be buried in a kiss casket? No, but I think my dad might want to be. Numero Uno with $2 says, now that you've explained you're not as racist as Sam Show, play the kid the new $2 drop. There is no $2 drop. You want me to play the clip where what's his name, Mr. Kill Everything, yells the N-word hysterically. I'm not gonna play that. I'm not doing it. Sam Show says play. All right, you know what? Somebody throws $20 or a couple of memberships at me and sends that link in. I'll play it one time on YouTube and Rumble just for numero uno. I mean, this is our last evening show of the week. We'll cut loose a little bit. Fine. This person writing in, do you have experience dealing with someone's coke boogers on a live stream? I don't know. All right. Numero uno, Josh Denny fan sent it in. You know what? By 6:45, if we get 5 memberships coming in, because we're trying to get to 600, I'll play that, because you can't ask me to play that for $2. It is a remarkably offensive drop. Remarkable. So if in the next 4 minutes, 5 memberships come in, I'll play what is probably the most offensive piece of audio we'll be able to get away with playing on this show. Thank you, numero uno. Atomic Ray with $1 says, survivor of 2nd and 3rd degree burns here, 20% of my body. It would have been fucking painful. It would have been painful for as long as it happened. But she would have been gone. The pain she's going to endure going to the hospital and staying alive for whatever amount of time she has left, which I guarantee is not much, is going to hurt a lot more for a lot longer. Numero uno says Aaron is more Jewish than Netanyahu, which is the real reason he won't play the drop. You're just trying to bait me into playing the drop. All right, fine. It's a 12-second drop. I'll play the first 2 seconds, and you guys can determine if you want to do the memberships to do the whole 5 or to do the whole 12. Here, I'll play the first 2 seconds.
Kill all dickers.
Jesus. That's the first 2 seconds. Numero uno says, those are the worst seconds. I disavow the whole thing. Mr. Kill Everything is a fucking horrible guy. He's an evil, nasty man. I'll be honest with you. I've never even listened to the whole 12 seconds. I heard the first 2 seconds and I went, nope, that's not okay. That's racism. That's bigotry. I disavow. That man should be fired from his job. 100%. No way. Mr. Beat says Mr. Kill Everything is only 26 years old. That's bullshit. He is older than I am. There is no way Mr. Kill Everything is 20. That's the most shot out 26-year-old I've ever seen in my life. Numero uno says, when's Mr. Kill Everything coming on to co-host an evening show? Ask him. Ask him if he'll do it. I'll have him on. The evening show needs a shot in the arm, needs some new blood. Numero uno says MKE is in his 30s, but I think maybe 36. That can't be the case. That guy cannot be younger than me. Joey Caravello with $2 says, would you give that lady one last box eating out of respect? No. No Pen 15 Fathead with $2 says, I missed it. Can you replay it? No. No, I cannot replay it. It is horribly offensive. I'm surprised the YouTube stream is even still up. I cannot replay it. I said that if in the next minute or two here, 5 memberships on Rumble come in, I'll play the damn thing. But outside of that, no. 253 is the number right now. We need more likes. We need more follows. We need more folks. TDR Shit Show with $2. Says, just toss her into the oven. They did it to the Jews. What's one more body that still has a beating heart? Now, why would you do that? Why are we going there tonight? You guys are in a nasty mood tonight. You guys are in a nasty, nasty mood this evening. I gotta say, I'm not impressed. $1 from Numero Uno says, you heard him, folks. That's the only part of the clip Aaron finds acceptable to play. I didn't say acceptable. I said I wasn't going to play the whole thing for free. That's all I said. Thank you guys for your contributions. I'll keep that one there just in case. This lady is a complete piece of shit. This shows you how great the judgment is in our education system, particularly in places like Alabama. Last year's Alabama Teacher of the Year Award winner has been fired, arrested, and charged after what she was caught doing to her own child. Just don't go there. It's not that. Let's go ahead and check this one out. This is, again, from Georgia this week.
Fired teacher who was arrested on a felony child abuse charge after a video of her beating her 12-year-old son went viral will likely face additional charges. That's according to Mobile County Sheriff Paul Birch. Cottage Hill Christian Academy fired Nicole Staples, who was Teacher of the Year last year, after the allegations came to light. Birch says what happened in
So she's laying into him with a belt. Now, here's the thing. 12 years old. Couldn't you whoop your mom's ass by the time you were 12? I'm trying to think. So my son is going to be 9 next month. In 3 years? Yeah, I bet she could kick his mom's ass in 3 years. I bet she could. 12 years old. I wonder how old I was when, like, the first time I realized, like, I was bigger than my mom. And I was like I had this epiphany where I was like, oh shit, like if she tried something, I could overpower this person. If she, like, it's a weird thing when you're a boy and you're growing up and you're like afraid of your parents, or you have that respect and fear of your parents growing up. And then one day you're towering over your mother and you're like, this is fucking weird. This is an odd power dynamic shift. But at 12 years old, I would think you wouldn't just sit there while your mom whips the shit out of you with a belt. Like, fight back, kick her ass.
the video was not the first time, and a warning some may find it disturbing.
Because you don't do what you're supposed to do.
The video is difficult to watch as you hear a 12-year-old boy cry from the repeated lashings he's receiving. We counted 23.
Haley must have had a low viewer count that day. Was she at like 150? Was that it? She wasn't doing a lot of toe coverage, so nobody gave a shit. Don't take it out on the... Please don't take it out That's not okay, Hales. Come on, you're better than that. Don't take it out on the illegitimate 12-year-old.
The Mobile County Sheriff's Office says the woman is the
Never
boy's
mind, she's prettier than Haley.
mother.
I apologize to this 12-year-old abusing former teacher. I thought she was uglier.
Nicole Staples. You see her then pick her son up by his hair and curse in his face.
You know what? Get up.
I thought was repulsive. And
Yeah, that's like one of those times where, like, you know, Roman Reigns does a run-in and kicks everybody's ass and saves the day. Like, that was not only a beating, but it was a taunting afterwards. Yeah, kick her ass. I got a question for you. Mother of your children does that to your child. Do you intervene? I'm not going to answer the question for you. I'm not going to say what I would say. I'm just asking you, if you walk in the room and you see the mother of your children doing that to your 12-year-old child, do you intervene? I'll go back to the chat after this story. I'll get your feedback. I'll give my own.
so, it's sickening to see somebody do that to their child.
Sheriff Paul Birch says detectives are interviewing other family members and potential witnesses. DHR removed the 12-year-old boy, his twin brother, and their older 18-year-old brother from the home. They're staying with family.
This is not the only child that has been a victim of this type of behavior.
Okay, so the 18-year-old's talking, and the 18-year-old's like, yeah, she choke slams me. She does all this other shit. She's nasty. She's ruthless. She's evil. And he's 18. He can get the fuck out of there if he wants to. And he should. Well, might not have a choice now. They might, that mom might not be A, free to raise her own kids, and B, they might not be allowed to go back. We don't know if there's a dad.
There could be additional charges.
There probably will be.
The video was clandestinely captured by another family member. Sergeant Julie McGuire explains what triggered Staples' rage on Sunday.
Okay, this bothers me. This is a growing pattern in our society. And it's people filming shit instead of helping. You know, like you see all these things that are recorded, and it's like, oh, look, I recorded this so people could see it. Yeah, you know what? I'd rather have you go in there and stop the bitch than sit there and film it. I mean, you can film a little bit of it, then turn the recording off and go in there and, take her to the ground by her hair if you have to. Jesus. I mean, I know you're not as bad as she is, but if you stand by, even if you're doing it for a good reason, if you stand by and you film a 12-year-old getting whipped with a belt by his mom and you don't do anything to interfere, that's fucked up too. We gotta cut that gene out of us. We gotta zap that. We gotta microwave that one, that voyeur gene.
Had to do with chores. He didn't do the chores the way she wanted him to do them.
McGuire says another older brother who does not live in the home took this video to Cottage Hill Christian Academy where Staples...
So that's the 18-year-old then, right? If it's an older brother who doesn't live in the home, why wasn't he in there whooping her ass?
Staples was a teacher on Wednesday. McGuire says the school immediately contacted Mobile police officers who then contacted the sheriff's office when they determined it happened in Grand Bay. McGuire says the brother then posted it on social media where it quickly spread, and the school fired her. Staples is charged.
Yeah, I don't think the teachers union, by the way, is going to get her back on this one. I don't think the teachers union is going to be like, don't worry, they can't fire you. You don't have grounds. They're going to hang her out to dry, and they should.
With felony abuse. The complaint states she cruelly beat and willfully abused her son.
I mean, 20-something strikes, and then I think the last one was across the arms. I don't see what that...
She landed more strikes on her kid than McGregor did to Khabib.
Accomplished. I mean, that's clearly excessive.
McGuire says the boys contacted their father in Mississippi about what they were dealing with, but they never had pictures or videos to back up their claims. McGuire says the father told them to document it the next time it happened.
Hey, this is Andrea Ramey calling from NBC 15 News.
We reached out to Staples today for comment, but did not hear back.
Wait, the woman? They called the mom to see if she would talk about it? Wow, that's bald. How did you think that one would go? Really? I'm a little annoyed that nobody, took her down. I'm a little annoyed that nobody, got after it. Let's go back into the chat. Numero uno with $1 says, personally, I only hate white people, mostly due to watching Steel Toe. You know what? I get it. Joey Caravello, I'm not going to read that. Jesus. Kay Boley says, absolutely yes. Hey, by the way, Kay Boley is new to the show. Let's gift them a membership. Welcome them in here so they don't have to watch any ads or anything. Joey Caravello says, I'd have kicked her ass. It's an excuse to... Jesus, Joey Caravello. Why do I keep reading it? I know it's not going to be anything that helps the conversation. So at some point, that's my fault. Depends on what the kid did. I don't think there's anything a kid can do that would warrant a grown-up taking a belt and hitting them. I mean, that's fucking assault. Yeah, Stone Cold should have done the run-in. Cleaner says, no, you beat her after. But you let him take the beating? Jesus. One Loot says, if one makes a kid with such a human, you already failed at picking the correct partner. Never too late to correct the mistake, though. Das Optic Nerd says, I'd fuck her hard after that. Schmeier says, previous experience? No, my parents never beat me. I never got like the belt or anything like that. That just makes me angry. I'm just very much against putting your hands on a kid. Very few things set me off quite like that. $2 for TDR Shit Show. Says, I'm all for an ass whooping if the kid actually deserves it. What could a kid do to deserve an ass whooping? I mean, you are a grown man and you're going to put hands on a kid, on a minor? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? First of all, they're not going to learn anything. You're just teaching them that you can punch your problems. Or you can feel entitled to punch someone when they do something to cross you or anything else. I mean, they're going to recoil in fear. They're not going to learn the actual lesson. You're teaching them to hate you. You're teaching them to fear you. You're not teaching them anything about lessons or respect or manners or anything like that. I don't know. I don't know what a kid could do to deserve it. 1 or 2 hits to teach the lesson. Nothing that's going to bruise, but that's straight up child abuse. Assaulting a kid, no matter what, is child abuse, in my opinion. Joey Caravello with $2 says she beat her son because he refused. Oh, God damn it, Caravello. Could you just, we got it. You're edgy. We understand. You're built different and you say wacky shit. Let's bring it down to, let's get the shit to shoe level, as they say. Numero uno with $1 says if we hit I can't say that word, numero uno. It's been working. If we hit the will you film your parents beating you the same way? They're not. They don't beat me. Atomic Ray with $1 says, Toe, the kid was an anti-Semite. Come on, get with the house of David. Well, you didn't say that. I mean, I didn't know the kid was a filthy, terrible anti-Semite. Now it's different. Oh, my God. Thank you guys very much. 30 memberships away from 600. I love how I go to my audience expecting reasonable takes, and then I get mad when it's all just edgy boy shit. I'm like, okay, but who should I really be mad at? YouTube, keep hitting like, keep hitting follow, keep hitting subscribe. We're only 13 of you away from 300. Oh, no, 23 of you away from 300. Let's keep it going. Facebook, Rumble, Twitter, Kick, YouTube, everywhere. Thumbs up, follow, share, subscribe, the whole deal. Let's keep her going. Thank you for your generosity. Well, at least she won't be teaching kids anymore. The bad news is she was teaching kids before that. Great. And was teacher of the year, which goes to show once again, we have absolutely no oversight of our teachers. Hey, have you ever been mini golfing? Of course you have, right? You've been mini golfing. Kind of a fun, embarrassing, silly way to spend a little bit of time, It's not real golf and, just kind of a dumb thing to do, especially when you're younger. You can take the kids mini golfing. Well, one woman went mini golfing in Jekyll Island, Georgia. Now, is that the Jekyll Island, where they sold our country away to Jewish bankers? Same Jekyll Island? Either way, doesn't matter. This woman on Jekyll Island was playing mini golf when she encountered a little bobcat. Oh, you ever seen a bobcat in the wild? Oh, stay the fuck away. They're insane. A bobcat is nothing to fuck with. People see like cats in the wild and they're like, oh, look at the big kitty. That ain't no big kitty. That fucking hates you. And it's not afraid of you. Like bobcats and hunter cats and shit, they are not afraid of people. And they are wiry, boy. Here. Let me let's just pull this up just in case. Bobcats are naturally shy and have a natural fear of humans. That's not what I've heard. And typically will run away if they see a person. They are more likely to become unafraid and potentially aggressive if they are sick, have been accustomed to human food sources, or feel threatened, cornered, or provoked. Am I thinking of cougars? No, not like older ladies. Cougars are afraid of humans. Mountain lions? What's the fucking cat I'm thinking of that's not afraid of humans? See, all these mountain lions, bobcats, cougars, Google says they're all afraid of humans. That's not what I've heard historically. I don't know. I've heard that they can be motherfuckers. At any rate, this woman in Georgia was playing a nice game of mini golf. She came upon a bobcat. Bobcat happened to be rabid. Now, if a non-rabid bobcat is afraid of human beings, I'm guessing a rabid one does not give a fuck. Let's check in on this one.
A Sunday outing on Jekyll Island turns terrifying. A woman is recovering tonight after being attacked by a rabid bobcat right in front of families playing mini golf. WJC.
It had to be surreal. You got the one dad who takes mini golf way too seriously. Shut up, I'm not talking about me. And the kids are like, oh my God. And you're like, keep it down, I'm trying to putt. Like, no, Dad, look. And as you're playing like a nice, wholesome, boring game of mini golf, some lady is swinging her putter at a bobcat as it just lunges at her arms and her face and just starts. It would be funny for a second until you kind of realized and grasped what was going on.
CL22 News' Tia Maggio was on Jekyll Island with the details and a warning from officials.
A woman was walking between holes here at the Jekyll Island miniature golf when that bobcat carrying rabies launched at her. I spoke with a man that ripped that animal off of her.
I've never seen one attack somebody. That was wild. I mean, he was definitely trying to cause some pain.
What was supposed to be a
as opposed to what, cuddle?
Relaxing Sunday turned into panic for Jekyll Islanders. Joshua Thornton was with his family when he heard screams.
I assumed it was like a pet or something misbehaving, but after looking a little harder, I seen that she was getting attacked by something.
While others ran.
He's laughing. I love that. I told you, like, you see a woman, you see a crazed bobcat just coming at all tooth and claw at some lady. I mean, it's going to be funny for a second.
Thornton charged towards the animal.
Ran and helped her, and I got the animal off of her and, kind of shoot it away, and, tried to contain it a little bit, but then I made sure, everybody was off the golf course.
Jekyll Island officials say the bobcat was killed. The woman suffered bites and deep scratches. She drove herself to the hospital.
Started foaming at the mouth, snipping at people. Turns out she was just a bitch.
Bobcats are common on Jekyll, but attacks like this are not. Officials say this is the island's first bobcat attack.
Look at that little fucker. See, he's quick, he's spry, he's bouncy. He'd be on you in no time.
Adding the victim did nothing to provoke it. The Glenn County Health Department confirms the animal tested positive for rabies, a deadly virus. Biting, aggression, exactly the signs of an affected animal.
For an animal to randomly attack somebody, that's not normal. There's definitely some abnormal.
That woman attacked was immediately advised to get care for rabies exposure.
What we don't know about this story is the cat was actually bitten in the first place by that guy. That's how they got the rabies.
Reporting on Jekyll Island, Tia Maggio, WJCL 22 News.
Oh, yeah? Reporting on Jekyll Island in 2025? Where were you media types in 1913 when Wilson sold this country down the... Never mind. Not important. $2 from Joey Caravello. He says, I'm happy you have SP and aren't forced to make hands on Johnny or something. Thank you. Novocaine with $1 says, never got hit with a belt. I got a few smacks with my own toy, the Hot Wheel track. See, like, why are we hitting, though? You know what I mean? Like, why are we hitting the kids? There's no reason to be hitting the kids. Hands off the children. Nomo with a great question now. Is she going to get bobcat powers? Probably not. Like, usually you get bit by a rabid bobcat, you get yourself some new powers, but she went to the hospital right away. And the hospital just, they probably like gave her shots so she wouldn't get sick. And, that's great. Now you're not going to get rabies, but you're also not going to get all the cool bobcat powers, like the agility, for one. It's a pain in the ass. MSO says the cat's name was, why am I reading these for free? They just cause me pain. The cat's name was Abby Normal. I kind of want to die. I'll be honest with you. That one was awful. Abby Normal. I don't know if you get it. You see, it's Abby Normal. Atomic Ray with $1 says, finish the statement, Toe, giving away our fiscal policy to the Jews. I thought I said that. I thought that's what I said. What did I say? I thought I did. Hey, speaking of the deep state, did you hear that Kash Patel might be out of a job soon? According to MSNBC, President Trump is considering firing FBI Director Kash Patel. Now, the rumors I heard today are that Trump is embarrassed that Kash Patel keeps getting in these woman dramas and like gossip column stories and shit like that. Now, the administration came out today and said, no, Donald Trump loves Kash Patel. He's his little Pajit H13 or H1B guy. He loves the little fucker. He likes to give his head a little sugar, and he likes him. And he said if he got a new FBI director, he'd have to pay him 30% more. So he's going to keep Kash around. Now, every president who's ever fired anyone and it leaked out early has said that they're not firing the guy. There were rumors Donald Rumsfeld is not going to be back in a second Bush term as the defense secretary. And they're like, oh, that's not true. We love Don here in the administration. And then after the election, Don Rumsfeld's like, oh, I just think I just want to go spend more time with my family and be a private citizen. Okay, fine. So I'm not going to take Trump denying this as like, oh, shit, well, it's not happening. It's the fake news media. I'd fire Kash Patel if I were Donald Trump. Kash Patel's been an embarrassment so far, from all the Epstein bullshit to his stupid young girlfriend that he's got and the news that's coming out with that. You know what? I'd fire him for this alone. I'd text him during the press conference to tell him to pack his shit and leave.
Rest now, brother. We have the watch, and I'll see you in Valhalla.
I would have fired him for that. That alone is cringe enough. But look, Donald Trump and his administration denied it today, said they're not looking to get rid of FBI Director Patel, which is, what do you expect them to say? Like, hey, there's reports out there that you're going to fire Kash Patel. Yep, sure am, just waiting for the right time. No, of course they're going to deny it. But I'd be for it. Let's find somebody else. Why not? Loaded Wrench with $2 says, had to pick my own Switch. 80s babies were beaten. Oh, so you're kind of like Adrian Peterson then, in that way. Adrian Peterson had to go out and pick the he went and picked the Switch, and he beat his kid with it. So you're more like the Jackson 5. The Jackson kids, Joe Jackson had them go outside and pick a Switch, and they had to pick which one, and then you bring it inside, and then your dad pounds the ever-loving shit out of you with it. Just sounds like a real great way to raise kids. And I know what you're saying. Aaron, a lot of them were millionaire musicians, though. So, yeah, and look at how his son and daughter turned out. The Jackson kids have their share of problems, all right? They got their share of problems. Historically White says Kash Patel also went on several Q-Tard podcasts as well. Yeah, I would. Kash Patel would not have been my first choice for FBI director, but if Trump sticks with him at this point, what's the difference? Rabbi Smoothie says, yeah, timeout really worked great on your generation. I'm not saying timeout's perfect. I'm not saying what's the right way to do it or what's the wrong way. There's just there's something about striking a child, like striking a minor, that just doesn't sit well with me. I don't care what the kid did. It's not right. 30 memberships away from 600. Let's put a dent in that tonight. And then let's have the morning show finish that up. So keep hitting like, keep hitting follow, keep hitting subscribe. 280 is our number right now. 20 more, you little fuckers. YouTube, hit like, hit follow, hit subscribe. You've been bringing up the rear for some time now. Rumble, you guys are doing okay. You're holding up your end of the bargain, but we can always do better. YouTube, come on. What the fuck's your problem? Hit like, hit subscribe, hit follow, and, of course, show your appreciation for the program if you'd like. All right, now we've got this Connecticut police officer who, cops put up with a lot nowadays, especially after George Floyd and all that, these last 5 years. Cops have been more restrained in what they do physically. They're being trained differently. They're having to hold back a lot more, not only because of the George Floyd stuff, but the prevalence of body cameras and things like that. So I think a lot of people have found that they can give the cops more shit than they used to be able to. That doesn't mean there isn't still a line that you definitely can't cross. And one man in Connecticut found that out the hard way. Let's check this out.
Daniel. Yeah? Just put the bag down.
Why?
Just put the bag down.
For what?
Put the bag down. Put the phone in your pocket.
No.
Put the phone in your pocket.
Get off of me. You're not going to touch me.
See, now, this never works. When the cop says put the bag down and you say why, like that, this isn't a debate. The cop, by the way, cop was called to the house. So people at the house called about this Daniel guy. And when the cop says, turn around, no, you're not going to touch me. No, I don't know where this idea comes from that this shit is a debate. Have these guys never been online? Have they never watched body cam footage? None of this shit ever works. No, you're not going to touch me. Want to bet? No, leave me alone. Oh, guys, I'm sorry. Guy says leave him alone. Those are the magic words. I really don't. My hands are tied here. You're getting hands put on you, kid. I'm sorry. Whoever you pissed off at the house that they called the cops, they called the putting hands on people, guys.
Don't touch me.
You're being detained.
Dad, you hear it?
So I don't know if you saw that, but just there, Daniel here decided he was going to take a swing at this police officer. You've got the body cam on the left and the dash cam on the right here. You guys can decide which one you want to watch. But let's take a look at this. Old Daniel here decided that he would take a swing at a police officer. Let's see what the counterpoint to this point is.
Touch me.
You're being
Dad,
detained.
you hear
You're
it?
being detained.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, another one of these guys who thinks he's an MMA fighter. Watch the dash cam video. All these guys do this now. When they go to the ground with somebody, they're all trying to wrap legs around the guy like they know what the fuck they're doing. Oh, it's so embarrassing. Yeah. Oh, shit. Yeah, Daniel, this ain't going to go well, buddy.
Put your hands behind your back. Get off of me. Put your hands behind your back.
Oh, he's getting the knees to the ribs now.
Put your hands behind your back. Okay. Why did you come at me?
Why did you come at? You took a swing at him. We all saw it.
Why did you come at me? I told you. Why did you come at me? Dude,
Crazy, stop.
just talk to me.
You're being detained. That is it. That is what I told you right now. You want to swing on me?
You gonna hurt my...
I mean, there's two ways to do shit like this. There's I don't even think the guy going to detain Daniel anyway? I mean, was he going to put him in handcuffs regardless? Or did this guy talk himself into bracelets?
When?
Years ago, but it hurt.
Okay. So let me cuff
I'm
you.
sorry. Listen, she hit me.
Hold up.
I'm sorry. Yeah, now he's in the apology stage. And now he's trying to say that she hit him. She said she hit me. And that's when you get called out on one of these domestics. That's how it always goes. Oh, no, they hit me. No, she hit me. No, he hit me. Usually they're both pieces of shit.
Listen, she hit me. Hold up. Let me cuff you. In the house. Let me cuff you. Sorry. And I will stand you up. Hit me in the house. Let me cuff you and I will stand you up. You guys don't even understand.
Boy, I don't know. That's not the same voice I heard. It's kind of like Casino. You hear a little girl, Ace? Where's that big tough guy who told the cop to go fuck himself? His voice is a few octaves higher than it was before he got punched in the head and kneed in the ribs a couple of times. Funny how that happens.
Give me the AMF now. Let me cuff you, and I will...
Does he have his knee up his asshole? See, I'd rather get the George Floyd treatment. That's way less emasculating. I mean, a guy's got his knee shoved up my ass. I'm like, hey, could you just move that fucker a little north up to my neck, please? Wipe it off first, though. You never know. I've been having a farty day.
Get the cuff on, and I will stand you up and get EMS.
Because you're a bitch.
I apologize, but yo, all I was doing was walking and came my knee. It's all on camera. Bro, I'm not doing anything.
Well, not anymore.
Charge, dude. All you were doing was being detained. Swing on me, dude. No. I have a hip replacement. Yeah, he's 45 regardless. Can I have my glasses, please? I can't see.
You gotta love that big tough guy. You're not gonna touch me, fuck you, and then swings on him, and then as he's being brought back to the car, my glasses, goddammit, I can't see without them.
I got one in custody. Detained right now.
Can I have my phone and glasses? Please.
Yes, relax.
I apologize.
Let's also
Listen, why did you come at me?
I asked you to put the bag down and said you're being detained.
You came at me.
It's all on video, dude.
Yeah, I know mine too.
Perfect. So you swinging on me's on video too.
I'm sorry. Why'd you come at me? I've got video of you swinging on me. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. We cool, bro? No, we're not cool.
You good?
I got a knife.
Yeah, that's what I have on me. No knives, needles, guns, grenades?
No, sir.
Knives, needles, guns, grenades. Wow. Anyone ever answered yes to the grenades part? That, oh, yeah, you know what? Back pocket. Yeah, I got a grenade. Could you just grab that? I don't want there to be a misunderstanding. It's my lucky garbage day grenade. I just carry it around. You know, in case there's a long line at the bank or the grocery store, you know, it seems to get people scattered.
All right, we have EMS coming.
Can you please have my glasses?
Can I please have my glasses? You know, when we were tussling on the ground, you lost my glasses. I can't believe you did that to me. These cuffs hurt. Could you take these cuffs off me? They're cutting off the circulation to my hands. I don't know, guys. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say Daniel, not the biggest tough guy in the neighborhood. I don't think Daniel's he's not getting a call from Dana White anytime soon. Old Danny. And that was Connecticut. Not a lot of tough guys in Connecticut. You would think not a lot of tough cops either, but well, I mean, that one had enough just to beat the shit out of that guy, right? Honky says, is that hobo chili recipe? It could, maybe it is. Could be hobo. Oh, well, guys, I guess we're at that part of the evening show where I just go story to story, huh? On to the next one. What do you say? This, actually, the next one we have for you here is a sports story. It's athletics. That's right. Yeah. It's a women's weightlifting championship. It's a strong woman competition. There's a little bit of controversy with this one, though. It's the Cerberus World's Strongest Woman competition, and they recently had to strip their champion. Does anyone want to guess why? Does anyone want to go ahead and wager a guess as to why they had to strip the world's strongest woman of her championship at the Cerberus World's Strongest Woman competition? I'll go ahead. Go ahead. I'll give you a hint. You're going to be happy that at least they stripped her of the title and they didn't let her keep it. Yeah, that would be it. As many of you have guessed in many different ways, she had a dick on her. That's makes it a little hard, the whole woman part. The world's strongman, the Strongman Games World Championships say they are unaware that Jamie Booker was a male pretending to be a woman when he competed in the women's category and have now disqualified him and stripped him of his titles. Now, when they say that, was this a guy who was like gaming the system and been like, oh, I'm going to tell him I identify as a woman? Or is this just being shitty about trans people and being like, oh, they do identify as a woman, but, you know, everything else, they're male. And I mean, most people already don't think that trans women should be competing against women in sports. But in something like weightlifting, I feel like that one would have the lowest approval rating. So they stripped her of the title. I just want to know if it's a biological male that's identifying as female, or if it's just straight up a guy being a dickhead and being like, I identify as female. I bet you they'll never catch me. We wanted to provide an update on what is happening following the official Strongman Games World Championships 2025, which were held in Arlington, Texas over the weekend. It appears that an athlete who is biologically male and who now identifies as female. Okay, so they do identify. So this is someone who does identify as a trans woman. You know what, then? Good for the competition for saying we didn't know that they weren't biologically female. We're going to reverse our decision. That's a lot of places don't do that. They just take the heat, keep their head down, plow forward to next year. An attempt has been made to contact the competitor involved, but a response has not been received. Had we been aware, or had this been declared at any point before or during the competition, this athlete would not have been permitted to compete in the women's open category. We are clear, competitors can only compete in the category for the biological sex recorded at birth. Now, we can debate softball, we can debate basketball, we can debate other sports, track and field. I don't think there's much of a debate. I mean, I'm pretty solid on this. You can't be trans and compete against women. You just having a few years as a guy, especially if you went through male puberty, competing as a woman is just so wildly unfair. It can't even be debated, let alone tolerated. But weightlifting is like above and beyond one you can't do. I mean, we talked about Leah Thomas, the swimmer, who when they were a male, they were like not even top 200 in the nation, and then became a female swimmer the next year, and all of a sudden national championships, just crushing people. Weightlifting is way more strength-based and advantageous to someone born male than something like swimming or basketball even is. It is our responsibility to ensure fairness and ensure athletes are assigned to men or women's categories based on whether they are recorded male or female at birth. You know, and hopefully we can continue to normalize this in the future. And as we normalize this in the future, we just stop having this stupid debate altogether. And we just go, no, I mean, obviously, you're a female. You can't be here. You can't compete in this. Or I'm sorry, you're a male. You were born male. You can't compete in it. This is the world's strongest woman competition, and you aren't born a woman. I mean, we could just ban the whole gender thing and just say we're going with biological sex, and then nobody has to have their feelings hurt. I mean, just say, all right, all these events are based on biological sex at birth. And then you can't say you're discriminating against anyone at all. You want to take a look? You want to see this? You want to see the winner of the world's strongest woman competition? So the woman who came in second goes, this is bullshit. Can we go? And this fucking asshole is just standing. This is another reason why this community doesn't do itself any favors. They don't come into these competitions and go, I'm sorry to the women who have worked their whole life for this. I apologize. I know this isn't the way they wanted this to go. I am sorry, but I'm just trying to live my truth. I just want to be comfortable in who I am. I'm really sorry that this has come at anyone else's expense. It's the total lack of gratitude, understanding, empathy that, you know, that a lot of these people feel like they've been fucked over by this person even existing in this competition. It's the giant smile on the face, the waving to the crowd. I don't give a fuck that I'm the most hated person in this room and I've kind of cut to the front of the line. It's obnoxious. Nobody's happy. Like, none of these women, they all know this is bullshit. But I will say, at least the Cerberus World's Strongest Female competition did right the wrong. Jamie Booker, who describes himself as a pro-strong woman with she, her pronouns on Instagram, won the event in Arlington, Texas, after overtaking frontrunner Andrea Thompson in the final event. I mean, just look at how much bigger she is than the rest of these women. It's ridiculous. That looks like a linebacker, in a strong woman competition with a bunch of point guards. Video of the awards ceremony shows Thompson appearing to say this is bullshit while Booker holds up the trophy. Many of her supporters have posted on social media calling her the real winner. You know, whether it's Riley Gaines, whether it's this woman, whether it's that Tish Hyman lady in California, these people don't ask to be activists. They don't ask to be public figures. They don't ask to come out and say something. But they're worried that if they don't come out and say something, that they're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place, where if they don't speak up about how this is an injustice to them, who's going to speak up? Maybe if they speak up, then other people will feel comfortable. And maybe the tide is turning, but I've watched so many the tide is turning moments end up being nothing that I can't stick my foot in the water on that one. I think it's bullshit. I think they eventually made the right decision. And it really does sound like this competition, this organization did not know that they were born male. And as soon as they found out, they stripped her of the title. So at least they got that right. They literally did the strong woman meme, though, from South Park. I mean, look. They literally, I mean, that's the same, like, it's basically the synopsis of that South Park episode. Look, there she is. The trans woman is just identifying as female, flexing, just looking way bigger than everyone else. I mean, is South Park becoming the new Simpsons in their ability to predict the future? Either way, like, I'm sure this woman doesn't want to be front and center. I'm sure she doesn't want to be, like, in the news as the woman who took second place to the trans person, but here we go. Another thing that the trans people who enter these events don't care about, don't consider, and just really don't give a shit about is this. All the fallout. All the stuff that happens because of it. Oh, all right, on to the next thing. Thank you guys very much for being here. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit follow. It's our last evening show of the week. It's our 5-year anniversary. Thank you for everything that you've done for this program. We are 30 memberships away from 600. Let me open up the last hour that we've got left. Oh, geez, we got quite a few left. Gift a few memberships, do what you can, and I'll hang out with you in the chat a little bit. Let's have some fun this evening. But until then, let's go ahead and move on to the guy who dressed up as his dead mom so we could get her pension money. You know, there are stories like this where guys, their parents will die and they'll put them in a freezer, or they'll bury him on the property. They won't report him as dead. Also, they can get their Social Security money, their pension checks, whatever. To actually go out and play the role of the dead person you're stealing the money from, at least you're putting in a little effort. At least it's like a Robin Williams and Mrs. Doubtfire type thing. An Italian man, mi scusi, spent years pretending to be his dead mom to collect her pension. How about the fact that people bought it for years? I mean, I know Italian women age like mud, but it's still got to be a shot to your ego. I mean, on one hand, you're relieved because you're getting free money. You just dress up like your mom, go out in public, and you get the money. But it's also got to hurt your ego a little bit that as a dude, you could so convincingly play an old Italian woman. Bad cheekbones, I guess. In the town of Borgo, oh, God, you fucking eye ties. Buy a consonant every once in a while, would you? Borgo Virgilio. I'm probably butchering that. Who gives a shit? Authorities uncovered a scheme straight out of a dark comedy. A man dressed up as his dead mother to keep receiving her pension payments. No. You see, if it were straight out of a dark comedy, he'd like cut her skin off and wear it on his and go out in public that way. So it's not that dark. Oh my God, is that him? Bravo. I don't know which one's the mom and which one's the guy. I'm going to assume that this is his mom and this is it. I mean, he does look like an old Italian woman. That's how they look. The other thing is, if you're going to be an old Italian woman, especially if it's like an old Sicilian woman, you can keep some of the beard hairs too. I mean, that's an Italian woman thing. Good for him. How'd you make? Hey, I've been making a little extra money on the side. Yeah, how'd you do that? Just dressing and dragging, walking around as an old lady. It's no dignity, huh? None whatsoever. They're calling him Signora Doubtfire. I mean, it works. It's an old code, but it checks out. All the while, her son meticulously impersonated each detail of his mother down to her makeup and continued to cash her pension. He was even able to renew her identity card at a government office on the outskirts of Mantua after her death. With his mother's pension and a property portfolio of 3 houses, the son was able to pocket roughly $61,000 a year. Nice job, buddy. Now, wait a minute. Now, how did he get figured out? If he was able to make it years just, making bank off his mom's pension, how'd it come to an end? Did he fuck it up? An eagle-eyed government employee. Oh, well, you don't run into those very often. An eagle-eyed government employee finally picked up on his scheme after noticing his apparently masculine features. I'm going to go back. Do you really see masculine features? I mean, if you ask me, that looks like maybe a hard-drinking grandma. I don't see a lot of dude in there. Well, an eagle-eyed government employee finally picked up on his scheme after noticing his apparently masculine features, including his low voice and thick neck. Oh, I feel you, buddy. That's embarrassing. The employee notified authorities, who compared photos of Dalloglio and her son and realized he'd been conning them. Oh. And the worst part about that is, for this guy, is he'd been getting away with it for years, so there's no way that he thought, the jig was ever going to be up. And then somebody busts him. I mean, since when do any of these government workers start doing their job? That guy got gypped, if you asked me. He worked hard. He deserved that pension money. That makeup can't be cheap. Women pay a fortune for that shit. Oh, no! Roots Calhoun says that Rumble deactivated his account. Oh, no. What happened to Roots? Guys, I asked you to get that other person a membership. We didn't get them a membership. I might just be doing a dog shit show this evening. I might be mailing it in. I know YouTube doesn't give a fuck about me. Oh, my God, are they in the shitter? Jesus. YouTube has forgotten about the old toe, that's for sure. Jesus Christ. I wonder what Roots did. Roots says every asshole and their mother knows the call to arms. No emails, nothing. Huh. I wonder. Sam Show says it's fake. Sam Show says that's not the real Roots. We'll know in a second. Roots, go ahead and say something that only Roots Calhoun would say. Go ahead. We'll wait. I'm not doing anything important either. Anyway, none of the stuff that I brought to the table tonight is interesting this audience whatsoever. So I got nothing but time to fuck around on our final evening show. On the final evening show of our 5-year anniversary of being done with radio. Root says, nah, Sam, it's me. Go check this channel. This is years old. The one was deactivated in 2020. Oh. Root spends a lot of time in our chat. I mean, obviously in the mornings, especially when there's more people here, I can't see everything everyone writes, but I don't remember him writing anything that would get you in trouble. Kraken Slapping with $1 says, I have had 3 deactivated accounts in the last week. I didn't do anything. Uh-oh. What? This is like the infinity snap. We don't know who's going to turn into dust. It could happen at any minute. Now I'm nervous as all shit. Hey, if any of you feel like throwing in a membership or two tonight, fuck. Jesus, monkey balls. Look, I'm not blaming anyone here. I'm blaming me. I fucking don't know how to do this shit anymore. Go ahead and throw some memberships, are they, though? Because the morning audience fucking killed it. Oh, my God, it was unbelievable. They were all over this shit. I mean, we were like 70 away or something like that. They got it down to 30 by the end of the morning show. I was really impressed with those guys. They've really been kicking ass lately. Evening show people, let loose because this is your last night of the week. Let's go. Pretend I'm doing a good job. We have an update on the Campbell's Soup guy. Remember the Campbell's Soup executive who said that their chicken is made in a 3D printer? They sell products to fucking poor people. He would never eat Campbell's products. That made me feel like shit because I got 2 things of Campbell's tomato soup up in the pantry. I was going to make it tomorrow. We're going to have grilled cheese and tomato soup because it's getting colder out. That's kind of a nice wintry, snowy meal. Simple, easy. Kids love it. Little grilled cheese and tomato soup. Plus, with Campbell's, you can dick around with it. You can put your own touches on it and everything. Now, all of a sudden, here's their vice president or whatever saying it's food for fucking poor people. It's disgusting. I'd never eat our fucking products. Our chicken is made by 3D printers. It's bioengineered and shit. I'm like, oh, God. I mean, Jesus, dude, take it easy. I think, by the way, what that guy was trying to say was that Campbell's needs to do better, is that they make shit. I think he was, like, it sounded like he was trying to challenge the company to make a better product for people that more people will want to buy. But the little dickhead who filmed this is a guy who got fired, and he was feeling really bitter, so he released that clip, and he's like, I'm going to release more clips. And now I think that vice president got, pardon the pun, canned, if you will. Let's check it out.
Campbell's Soup is admitting to thousands of Clean Water Act violations at its Napoleon plant. Court filings show the company illegally dumped pollutants like phosphorus and E. coli into the Maumee River.
So they're just dumping, they know it's E. coli, and they're just dumping that shit right into the water? Fuck the bioengineered 3D printed chicken. I'm sure everybody's doing that shit now. But just straight up dumping, give me the shits into the water? Thanks a lot, guys. Really kind of you. Thanks for giving a shit.
More than 5,400 times since 2018. Environmental groups say that fueled toxic algal blooms in Lake Erie. And now a trial next year will decide penalties and how Campbell has to fix the problem.
You know, I wonder if this video getting out, I wonder if Campbell's knew that this was going to happen. That they knew they had this problem coming up with all the shit they dump in the river. So if that video got out of the vice president being a twat, that it would kind of like nobody would pay attention to like the fact that they've been dumping chemicals, poison, and shit into the Great Lakes. I wouldn't doubt it.
Campbell responded to the report saying in part, quote, we have taken
It's not Campbell. It's Campbell's.
A number of steps to improve our operations and comply with environmental regulations.
For example, we've started making 3D printed chicken. Haven't you heard?
We have been part of the Napoleon community since 1938. And our goal is to reach a settlement that serves the interest of the environment and the community where our employees live and work.
Yeah. I mean, what are you supposed to say when you get caught dumping shit into the river? Yeah, we don't really give a fuck. We never really cared about the water. We all drink bottled water anyway, so we don't give a shit. I mean, it's all for poor people, so who fucking cares? You guys just, go get bottled water. What are you, fucking poor? I mean, no, you got to do the response where they're like, we care so much about the community. We've already taken steps to improve. You weren't going to take any steps to improve. Something like this had to happen, and now it has. But now you can stop dumping shit into the river. That would be nice. Red Fox Mad, Jesus Christ. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. Red Fox Mad is my favorite guy tonight. No doubt about it. My favorite is the guy throwing me a life raft that shows I'm not fucking talking to myself. MMA fighter dies during fight. Well, you know what, my man? I'm going to check that one out tonight. That's what I'm doing. And also, Red Fox Mad now at... Where is old Red Fox on my list here? He's got to be creeping back up. Oh, he's at 50, so he's tied with Camel Toe for Central Booking Place. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate you. I appreciate your contribution. I appreciate everybody contributing to the show. That would be wonderful. Thank you very much. You know how to do it. Just 30 memberships away from 600, which is an awesome number to hit. Macaulay Culkin is open to making a new Home Alone sequel, saying that he's got an idea of Kevin McAllister reprising the role as an adult, doing the Home Alone. Wouldn't Home Alone, the adult version, just being a guy shooting Joe Pesci in the head as he walks through the door? I don't really. The whole point about Home Alone was that it was a little kid. He can't use guns and shit like that, so he's using like erector sets and paint cans and all kinds of other stuff, acetylene torches and shit. I mean, if you're an adult and you're still playing with all those toys and making gimmicks to stop the robbers instead of just, shooting them, it's a little weird. But Macaulay Culkin's idea is this. He said, I'm either a widower or a divorcee. That's good, because when I think Home Alone movies, I think depress the shit out of me, all right? I'm raising a kid and all that stuff, all right? I'm working really hard and I'm not really paying enough attention, and the kid is kind of getting miffed at me. Oh, not miffed. We can't have a movie where people are getting miffed at one another. And then I get locked out. Kevin's son won't let me in, and he's the one setting traps for me. The house is some sort of metaphor for our relationship, and I have to get let back into the son's heart kind of deal. That's the closest elevator pitch that I have. I'm not completely allergic to it. The right thing. I mean... This is what I hate about bringing all these movies back 30 years later, is that everybody who was in them forgot what made them awesome. It's kind of like that Ghostbusters thing when they tried to make Ghostbusters with all women. They're like, yeah, we're going to make it all women. It's just going to be a lot of funny ad-lib jokes, and we're just going to improv, and Paul Feig's going to pretend he totally digs chicks. And it's like, well, wait a minute, guys. It's enough time passes and you realize that the fans of a thing now understand the thing better than the people who made it. Because like Ghostbusters wasn't about wacky improv and being silly. It was an entrepreneurial story about a bunch of guys forming their ghost exterminator business and the struggles of building it up and then succeeding and needing to hire employees. And meanwhile, you had three of the funniest guys walking the earth at that time in the movie, and the greatest writer of that era writing the script, and a director who let them do their thing, and they came up with a comedic masterpiece. It wasn't about like, oh, should we have girls do it? Or, oh, how about we want wacky jokes in a Ghostbusters movie? No. I mean, there's a scene, my son and I just watched Ghostbusters last weekend. There's a scene in Ghostbusters that's among many other subtle jokes in the movie where, Janine goes to the door and she sees the cops are there and they have a crazy person, and she goes, dropping off or picking up. And it's deadpan, like weird, wacky shit like this happens all the time to us. Just what do you got? Whereas the women's Ghostbusters, it was just like a fucking obnoxious sledgehammer in your face. Like, oh, a queef joke. I get it. Yeah. Everybody remembers in the original Ghostbusters where they did pee pee poo poo fart caca jokes. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Oh, yeah, we gotta do queef humor. Oh, somebody is ratting. They're saying it's not the real Roots. Somebody just snitched to me. Said it's not the real Roots hanging out in the chat. God damn. I think with I think this idea that Macaulay Culkin has just kind of shows that Macaulay Culkin forgot what the draw of Home Alone was. He's like, my son sets traps for me, and it's a metaphor for me getting back into his heart. It's like, dipshit, the original movie was not that deep. The original movie was, let's laugh at Joe Pesci and Daniel Stern as they try to break into this house, burglarize the home and torment this kid. Meanwhile, the kid is going to set traps that provides a shitload of slapstick comedy, and then there's a heartwarming family reunification story at the end. There weren't like all these metaphors for deeper meaning and everything like that. It was a very surface level kind of a production. In fact, the only way that you could fuck up a Home Alone movie is by trying to make it deeper than what it is. That's all. Yeah. Annie Potts. That was her name. Annie Potts. Janine. God damn it. I remember her last name. Janine. Fuck me. I'm a Ghostbusters mega fan. I should know this. Janine. It starts with an M, and it's a long name. Janine Melville? What is Annie Potts' name in Ghostbusters? Janine Melnitz. God damn it, Aaron. Shit. I knew it. No. Bill Murray going, and stop staring at me. You got those bug eyes. Janine, sorry about the bug eyes thing. Need me, I'll be in my office. On a Wall, gifting a membership. Jesus, I am talking to people tonight. Thank you, On a Wall.
There's so many Somalians in this bitch.
I appreciate it. And look at that. Fake Roots Calhoun is the one who got the membership. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Now we're 20. Hey, 29 memberships away from 600. Let me know you're here. Let's get that number. Let's get that 600. It's our 5th year anniversary of being online only. I want to show that we can still hit numbers here on the toe. The morning show people this morning showed me that we can still hit numbers. If I'm not mistaken. Oh, no, we did have Sanford Sun drop 20 memberships on us. I was going to say, before Sanford Sun, it was all $20 and under this morning, which was, that's always a great thing to see. Thank you.
Arts event in Cicero turned.
Oh, this is the one that Red Fox Mad sent us. This is the UFC fighter or the MMA fighter dying after a fight.
Mixed martial arts event in Cicero turned tragic Friday night when one of the fighters collapsed and later died. 31-year-old Isaac Johnson was competing in a heavyweight Thai boxing match. Now, according to the promoter, Johnson collapsed near the end of the third and final round at the event called Matador Fighter Challenge that was being held in Cicero Stadium. Cicero paramedics rushed Johnson to Loyola Hospital in Maywood, where he died a few hours later. The promoter says Johnson passed the physical before the fight that is required by the state. Now, it was his first ever Thai boxing match, we're told. He was married and had a young daughter. The Illinois Department of Financial and Professional Regulations, which oversees athletic fighting in Illinois, has now launched an investigation.
Red Fox Mad. I mean, it's already been a depressing enough show where I haven't entertained anyone. We didn't hit 300 today. We're at 261 now. YouTube is like non-existent. YouTube's an embarrassing fucking number right now. Jesus. If you're on YouTube, fucking hit like. What's the deal? Anyway, and then you bum us out with that shit? MSO says, was he vaccinated? I mean, my guess, he hadn't had a fight before. My guess is he just got going too hard and had a heart attack. His heart just exploded on him. Das Optic Nerve says, but did he win the fight? Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and make a safe assumption that this guy did not have his, as they say, his wings raised at the end of the fight. Unless you mean his wings as an angel. Then he did. No, I don't think he won the fight. I don't think he came out victorious on that deal. But you know, it's a question worth asking. All right, let's continue on with tonight's doomed show and see what else we can do. Hit like, hit follow, hit subscribe. Tell people I'm a jolly guy who's trying to give you a good show tonight. These evening shows are dying on the vine, that's for sure. I hope some of the moves I'm making here can make it so that maybe we have a backup plan. I really do need a parachute for the evening. Morning shows I couldn't be happier with. I mean, those 600 and 700 people, I'm happy with that. The evening shows are going down, 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 down. I think we've hit 300 people once in the last 2 weeks. Whew. So I need you guys hitting thumbs up. I'm not shitting you. I need you guys There for the toe, if you will. Let's go to our next one. I'll come check on you guys in a little bit.
I'm Camila Williams, your Portsmouth neighborhood reporter in the Midtown area by IC Norcom High School. And this is where two families received an unexpected break. And the landlord told me that he wanted to step up when they needed it most. And the community is taking note.
He's going to father their children?
I got to get some more curtains.
Missy Waller recently moved into her new home just 3 months ago. She told me she still has some decorating to do.
As you see, I need a kitchen table.
And with it being so close.
She moved into the house a few months ago. As you can see, I need a place to sit and eat. Now I just stand over the sink like a sad person whose dog just died, and I just kind of eat staring out the window. It's kind of that 1,000-yard stare at empty trees. Get a fucking table. Go Marketplace. It'll be cheap. Shit, sometimes you can find free ones for that little spot you got. So this is a story about a landlord who's actually doing the right thing. And I got to say, we got to encourage this kind of landlord somehow. And we have to really aggressively discourage the shitty ones who don't give back and do things like this that you're about to hear, because it's getting to the point where people are paying an arm and a leg just to rent, just to take their money and throw it down a hole. So, I mean, with the amount of money these people are paying, I mean, at least you could, throw them a bone every once in a while.
To the holidays, that can be costly. With a $1,400 rent payment and a son in college.
Did you see that house? Did you hear that number? $1,400 a month for let's find that. And by the way, not both of them, just one of this little duplex here. $1,400 a month. By the way, beware of dog in the window. What kind of dog do you think? I'll give you two guesses. You're only going to need one. $1,400 a month for this shit. And you wonder why young people in America are pissed and why people in America don't think Trump is just the greatest thing since sliced bread a year in. It's because they're paying $1,400 for rent and they can't afford a fucking kitchen table. How can you have kitchen table issues in this country when you can't even afford a kitchen table? We don't even have kitchen table issues anymore in this country. We have kitchen floor issues. But by all means, keep doing H-1B visas.
She told me she still has some decorating to do.
As you see, I need a kitchen table.
And by the way, was that a designer bag? Does she have no kitchen table? But she has is that a designer bag or is it a knockoff? I don't know bags very well. But having designer shoes or designer bags and then going, I can't afford a table. I still got to save up to get a table. It's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Still has some decorating to do.
As you see, I need a kitchen table.
And with it being so close to the holidays, that can be costly. With a $1,400 rent payment and a son in college.
Why does she have, that's a speaker, right? Why does she have an amp speaker just sitting there?
It all adds up.
I pay rent, lights, gas, water, all it's trash, etc.
On November.
Wait, she's paying $1,400 a month and she's not even getting amenities with it? Oh, fuck.
For 13th, her landlord, Travis Johnson, wanted to help her out.
So for the rest of the year, y'all rent free. Y'all don't owe me nothing. Merry Christmas.
Yep, you heard.
What a guy. See, this guy, we should give him special interest rates on borrowing to buy other properties so we can rent those out. We need to encourage, I will say this. When I heard that this story was going to be a guy giving people free rent, I didn't expect the guy to get out of the car and go, I've got great news for you. I'm so excited. You don't have to pay me a dime until the first of the year. I didn't expect that to be the case.
Right. Johnson told his tenants that their rent for the month of November and December were paid for.
It was a big relief. It was like a book bag of bricks off my back.
It took her a while to come up with, but book bag of bricks. She likes alliteration.
Johnson rents out 12 homes in Portsmouth and has been a landlord for 8 years. He told me he knows what it's like to have to stretch a dollar.
I know what it's like to have a housing crisis and instability when it comes to rent, because I myself have struggled in the past, so I know exactly how it feels.
So wait a minute. We have a landlord who rents to decent people, gives them a break, and has empathy for other people's struggles. Yeah, we got to find a way to make all landlords this guy. And we got to find a way to tar and feather and ride out on a rail all the guys who pull all the bullshit moves, and they have like the leaks they won't fix and the ceilings that are cracked that they won't do anything about. The slumlords, essentially. Let's throw all the slumlords in prison and let's give all their properties to this Travis Johnson guy.
So that's what inspired me to give my tenants free rent for the holidays.
As the owner of Homebridge Home Healthcare, an at-home healthcare company.
Now, here's the deal. Do not, if you're the people, this is what I worry about. So these people aren't going to have to pay rent for a month. So say $1,400. Take some of that $1,400 and put it away. Take another little bit of that $1,400, buy yourself a decent kitchen table, and then maybe sock away a little bit of that cash for a rainy day. Don't just go, oh, I got $1,400 extra dollars. Let's splurge on Christmas presents this year. They got great deals on 75-inch TVs down at Target and Walmart. Why don't I go get your kitchen table, save a little money, maybe buy yourself something okay, but nothing too crazy. I just worry that people like this are like, hey, no $1,400 rent this month. And then it's like, all right, we'll just blow it on something else. Well, then you didn't really save any money, did you?
Johnson says he wants to help others all over with whatever they need.
I just ask everyone to pay it forward. And that's what we do here at Homebridge Home Healthcare. We pay it forward. So whether you're a client of ours, employee of ours, or even if you're not, we're going to always pay it forward. That's our motto.
But Johnson,
you know, it is also, if I could be cynical about this, it is good advertising for his business. That you're this nice, really good guy. Oh, I want my elderly mother to be in his home care facility. That's the company I want to work with. That nice man who gives women rent-free months during the holidays. It is kind of it's not a bad PR move, to be honest with you. We have kind of a similar thing here in Minnesota. You see, we have Somalis that run home care businesses. They just invent the people out of thin air, say that they're helping them a whole lot. Everyone goes, wow, that's great that you do that. And then the government gives them millions of dollars, and it turns out there was never any old person. And then if you have a really liberal, corrupt, shithead Minneapolis judge, she'll just overturn your conviction when you are found guilty of the crime by a jury. Aaron, can they do that? Apparently so. I found that out today.
Says he's not done yet.
We actually have 6 more homes to knock on the door and let them know they're receiving free rent for the month of December.
While Johnson will look forward to helping his tenants, Waller can now focus on making her house a home.
Thank you, Jesus. Hallelujah.
In Portsmouth, Camila Williams, WTKR.
Thank you, Jesus. Hallelujah. How about a little something for Travis Johnson? I mean, Jesus, sure, absolutely. Jesus, praise his name and all that. But, Travis is a big reason why all this is happening. Sorry, I just went back to the chat and I kind of was just assuming like, all right, let's go through the list of what we got here while we did that story. Oh, shit. All right, what do we got next? Lawsuit alleges state left people deemed incompetent to stand trial in jail without treatment. You know something? This does not surprise me at all. In fact, this shouldn't be a surprising thing for anybody. I mean, this is how we do incarceration in this country. I mean, this idea that, oh, can you believe it? They left people that are not okay to stand trial. They just left them. They just warehoused them. It's like, yeah, what did you think we did? Treated them properly? Get out of here. By the way, 284 watching the show right now. You wouldn't know it. YouTube, hit like, hit subscribe, hit follow. We're 17 people away from kissing 300 tonight. Maybe a lot of people have come back to YouTube to watch us colossally fail this evening. That could be it. Hey, I just like the number. It's ad revenue, what have you. Hit like, hit subscribe, throw us a couple bucks if you feel like it. Appreciate it. All right, let's play this one. This is an allegation, a lawsuit that's coming in saying that the Missouri Department of Health failed to provide legally required treatment for potential detainees. Oh my God, you're kidding. I can't believe it.
Federal lawsuit against the Missouri Department of Mental Health claims the agency is not providing the required treatment to detainees living with serious mental illnesses and disabilities. The lawsuit says nearly 500 people deemed incompetent to stand trial are still in jail without treatment.
Yeah. I'm sorry, but when I was in there for less than a week, I saw plenty examples of that. Is this not this is a surprise to some people? And it's not just Missouri, it's every state there is. We take people that aren't competent to stand trial, and yeah, we just stash them in the county jail. We don't do anything to help. Out of sight, out of mind. That's our attitude. The people, fuck them.
Additionally, the suit claims the department is taking 3 times longer than required to complete competency evaluations.
Wow. So you're telling me that government employees are slow and shitty at their job? I don't believe it.
Missouri law requires courts to get the results of the evaluations within 60 days after they're ordered. Advocates say the process usually ends up taking about 6 months.
I mean, take your time. It's just a guy's freedom, right? Besides, he looks so comfortable in that cell. I mean, I think we can leave him for a little while. Why not? You Need Me More says, Aaron, are you back on Friday morning? Yeah, especially with the way tonight's going. No, we're going to be back Friday morning to celebrate 5 years off radio and online only. And despite the fact that our evening show is probably clutching to a little bit of life support here the last month or two, I would say that it's mostly been a very positive experience these last 5 years. We've certainly had our ups and downs. The downs have been very public, but I'm still having a lot of fun doing Steel Toe, especially in the mornings. It's just a fucking great time. Great way to spend your first 4.5 hours. Awesome way to make a living. Just sitting here making a couple thousand people laugh a day, making tens of thousands of people laugh every month. I appreciate it. And those people feeling generous enough to give us money and everything, I love that. So we're going to have a lot of guests on Friday. We're going to have a good little time. It's going to be a Rumble Friday kind of a thing, but we're going to have guests on, just talking a little Steel Toe and the history of same. Rabbi Smoothie says there were ups. LOL. Yeah, thanks. No, I get it. I don't have any ups. I mean, I got to say, it's a very funny joke, and I appreciate it, but there are some people who are like, there's no ups. There's no ups at all. It shouldn't make you that upset, but it really doesn't matter if you don't think there are ups or not. I have fun doing it. My audience has a great time watching it. Even on the bad days, it still beats, working for a living. You get to do a show. So I enjoy it. I love it. Those are my ups, Rabbi Smoothie, if you will. So thank you guys very, very much. And again, we'll be back tomorrow for the morning show. We will not be back tomorrow evening. That's probably best because as it seems tonight, there's no audience for it. But we'll be back tomorrow morning. Hopefully it goes a lot better as we coast into the last half hour here. And then we'll take Thursday off naturally. Everyone go be with your families and have a great Thanksgiving. And then Friday morning, we'll be back at it again. All right, guys, we're 29 memberships away from 600. We started the show 30 away. Remember, there's no more evening shows this week. So all right, let's go to our next story, and then I'll check back with you guys in a little bit. Approximately 18,200 ethanol fuel bottles are being recalled because they may potentially cause a deadly risk of a flash fire. I don't understand this story. I don't get it. When I saw it, I didn't get it. I thought I'd bring it to you guys and see if you guys wanted to throw in a few bucks to help me understand it. They're bottles of ethanol fuel. Of course they provide a flash fire. I mean, that's kind of their job, isn't it? That's like you got a can of Hormel chili and they're like, danger, we got to recall these products. Why? It may temporarily ease hunger. Yeah, it's kind of what it's there for. 18,200 ethanol fuel bottles may cause a deadly risk of a flash fire. I don't know what. When the flammable liquid meets a flame, perhaps? No injuries have been reported. So nobody's been hurt by these. There's been no, random active combustion, and the ethanol fuel bottles are, I guess, as flammable as they've always been. The ethanol fuel bottles were sold for between $16 and $32 on Amazon from May to July of 2025. The ethanol fuel bottles were recalled on November 20th, with the CPSC stating that the products violate the federal safety standard for portable fuel containers because they lack flame mitigation devices required by the Portable Fuel Safety Container Act. So this is the container. I mean, it looks like a plastic bottle with ethanol fireplace fuel in it. I mean, isn't that, I guess I don't get it. I guess I'm kind of being an ignorant smartass. I thought it was made to be flammable. So I guess I'm wrong. The recall covers Demlar's bottles of Moon Soul branded ethanol and Magic Chems branded bioethanol fuel, which is used for tabletop fire pits, fireplaces, stoves, and burners. So if you got any of this shit, I guess, well, I mean, just use it. Right? If you have the recalled fuel bottles, the Consumer Product Safety Commission urges consumers to stop using them immediately and throw the product away and call Demlar for a refund. The recall notice says consumers will be required to write "do not use" and the Amazon order number with permanent marker on the container and submit a photo of it to info@demlar.com. So let me get this straight. You've got portable fuel liquid. You're worried that it could start on fire, but it hasn't happened yet and nobody's been hurt. Like I said, I think I must be missing something. Randy K69 with $1. I mean, shit, today that'll work. Says Oz or Corey on Rumble Friday would be based. We're going. Oz is going to be on Friday. Matt's going to be on Friday. Johnny's going to be on Friday. We have those three confirmed so far. Will we have more? I mean, if the idea strikes me, if I think of anybody else, then yeah, we could have other people. Yes. See, Sam Show says, "Oh no, fuel is flammable." That's what I don't get about this whole recall. Is that, I mean, if it was maple syrup and it was bursting into flames, yeah, I'd understand why maybe it needs to go back. But portable fuel liquid could ignite? That's, well, I hope so. That Rusty Grammar says that bottle could totally melt steel beams. Oh, yeah, I mean, that's how we did 9/11, was with portable fuel liquid. Jayfish says, well, if we tell you, then you'll have to pay us. Historically White says usually that fuel comes in metal containers. All right, well, this one didn't. MSO says, sure, throw it away so you can start the dump fire. Right? So they're like, hey, this stuff is really dangerous. It could explode at any time. Oh, what do you want us to do with it? We want you to take a picture and send it to us. What then? Just toss it in your garbage can. That's... What? You want me? Wait. So wait a minute. You're saying it's fuel oil, right? Yeah. It's fuel, it's flammable fuel liquid. Yeah. And you're saying it could just start on fire, right? Oh, absolutely, yes. And you want me to throw it in the garbage in my house? Yeah, that's about the long and short of it. Great. Sounds urgent. I'll get right on it. Jayfish with $2 says, "Holy shit, Batman! Just tuned in and looks like you are living in. It looks like you are in a living hell in your rec room at your house." Yes. I mean, my life is terrible. I'm down in my basement in my studio with the lights and the monitors and the cameras and the boards and the mics and everything else. Just an absolute living hell. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's, the results of tonight's show have not been great so far. There's still plenty of time. But I would say I'm doing pretty well. This week, this month, this year has been pretty good for the old toe. I appreciate you guys keeping us perfect. Annoyed Wawa Supervisor says, speaking of fuel, if you need to fuel up, Holiday Blend Coffee now back at all Wawa locations. Please don't bring your 23-year-old e-girlfriend to your local Wawa and have her try and swipe vapes. Who could you be talking about? Fauci's Pangolin says, I was deer hunting and I got jumped by 3 coyotes and one hit me with a violin. The other hit me with a cello. Last hit me with a clarinet. Oh, for fuck's sake. What's the joke? You know we've made dick tonight, right? You guys could at least throw a couple of bucks in with these painful fucking jokes. You're just rubbing my own failure in my face at this point. The authorities are calling it an orchestrated attack. I just look like an asshole to you, don't I? You're just going, is he really gonna, like, he knows we're all in this together and he knows that this is gonna end poorly for him tonight. He really is. He's like Rocky Balboa against the Russian. He's gonna keep getting up and he's gonna go all the way to 8:30. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I'm going to fail hard and I'm gonna go all the way to 8:30. That's what I'm going to do. You know what I am excited for, though? I am excited for the Vikings on Sunday. I'm excited. I think Max Brosmer is going to start. I think that J.J. McCarthy, look, I think he legit has a concussion. I think that's the real deal. I don't think they're bullshitting us on that. However, I do think that it's convenient. I think it's kind of a soft benching. I think that they're looking forward to giving him a rest, I would say. Rabbi Smoothie with $20. Thank you, Rabbi.
Wanna fuck? Let's fuck!
That's, you are a glass of water in the desert, my man. Let me tell you. Thank you so much for that 20 spot. That's very kind of you. He says, at least you don't have to pay rent over the holidays. What? I mean, I have to pay my mortgage over the holidays. I mean, wait, were you thinking that toothless black woman was me? That hurts my feelings a lot. On a wall with $1 says, Aaron, why can't you be funny like that? The fucking orchestrated attack joke? You want me to be like that? I'd have to throw myself in the Campbell's Soup River. Annoyed Wawa Supervisor says, Aaron, respectfully, you have the puncher's chance of Adrian's unborn fetus. Again, respectfully. Did Adrian knock up his... I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Mad Move says, you're poor if you have a mortgage. Oh, shit. Here I was thinking I was halfway to being somebody. Now I find out I'm just fucking poor with a mortgage. And I have I don't have good jokes. Like the coyotes and the orchestrated attack when you hit them with a violin. See, you guys throw a few Rumble Rants and gifted memberships our way. I hang out with you guys in the chat for a while, and what do we find out? We found out I'm poor. We found out I'm not funny. And we found out, as Mad Move says, you're fat too. That's why I like it when you guys gift memberships. It's educational. I learn shit. Mad Move said, Ivana Tinkle says Campbell's Soup is people. I mean, that's kind of the next logical step, isn't it? That's what we're going to find out next from old Campbell's, is that it turns out we got good news and bad news. Oh, what's the good news? Turns out we're not making bioengineered meat. That's great. What could be the bad news? We're just using your grandma, man. Oh, shit. Hey, don't worry. We cut her up with a clarinet and a violin. It was an orchestrated attack. Hey, you know what? I think between you and I, this audience and me and Johnny and everyone else, I mean, we got to be solid, man. We got to be like a tuba. We got to be like drums. We got to be like a trumpet. I got to say, you and I need to band together. We got to band together. We got to band like music, like the Hulkamash a Baby with $1 says, don't forget you're a fag too. Oh, I almost forgot. Randy K with 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, Randy K.
Wanna fuck? Let's fuck!
He says, don't forget you're gay as well. God damn it. What would I have done? I would have forgotten. If you hadn't gifted those 5 memberships, I would have forgotten and nobody would have known. We're only 24 memberships away from that fantastic number of 600 that we want to get to by the end of our 5-year anniversary week. Hobo Chili says, did someone call you fat? I've been summoned. Thank you. It's good. It's good to see you too, buddy. See, I like hanging out in the chat with you guys. It makes me feel better. Mad Move says, hate rally. Yep. You know what? I know monetization when I see it. I am not reading a single insult from here on out unless it's attached to a $5 donation, a gifted membership, or more. Rest of the night, not doing it. I like Mad Move's idea. We're doing a hate. You know what? Hate rally. That's what we're doing. We're doing a hate rally. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit follow. And I'm not reading anything negative unless it's attached to a $5 super chat, Rumble rant, or gifted membership. Oh yeah, Hobo, if you weren't with us earlier, which it seems like you weren't, it does seem like Roots Calhoun was banned from Rumble. His account was deactivated. I have had people rat out to me and say that that's not the real Roots, that that's a fake Roots, but we'll see. We'll see. That girl, remember that girl who died on the cruise ship that we talked about not too long ago? They found her underneath her bed, dead. It's been ruled a homicide. Which, goddamn, man, there's been so many of those stories about cruise ships. I never wanted to go on one of those fuckers to begin with. Now with people getting murdered, you got that 74-year-old man who fell off a Disney cruise last week. He died, obviously. Somebody else fell off and died on a cruise ship. No thanks. I don't need the cruise ships. There's nothing a cruise ship has that I can't get somewhere else. Nomo with $1. Nope, I'm not reading that one. Nope. I know monetization when I see it. I am not reading another insult about me unless it's attached to 5 or a gifted membership or more. You almost got me, though, Nomo. You son of a bitch. You little bastard. You almost had me. Besides, we're only 24 memberships away from hitting that almighty 600 number that we've been looking for. All right, we got a couple more stories left for tonight. I hope you guys enjoy them. This is gross. Bill Maher had Lara Trump on his show, and he was trying to be upbeat about Barry Weiss taking over CBS. I think this is Bill's half Jewish side coming out, because Barry Weiss, who interviews heads of the Mossad and shit like that, Barry Weiss was brought in by CBS clearly as an Israeli shill. She was brought in as a Jewish shill 100%, and she is there to make sure that everybody at CBS toes the line, because the new owner of Paramount is going to be Larry Ellison. Larry Ellison also owns TikTok. CBS gave Barry Weiss $250 million for her free speech blog, which is horseshit. It's not worth that much. And they made her they put her in charge of CBS News when she's never been a journalist in her life. Bill Maher told Lara Trump that this was a great thing and she's going to be way more fair. This is the media losing the fight on Gaza and just trying to get the PR back because they know they've lost young people. I think that this Nick Fuentes is really putting a scare into him. Let's see what Bill Maher had to say.
For the insurgent candidate.
By the way, you know who else does that is China. They love to tear this country apart. They love to see us at each other's throats, just in general, but that's to enrich themselves. That's the
thing. It's like they talk about Islamists and China and all this other shit. Why is it so easy? You don't call each other China-phobes. You don't call each other, Asian racists or something. But if you point out the much clearer manipulation that Israel does to us, then you're an anti-Semite. I mean, it rolls off these people's tongue when it's Muslims. They say horrible things about Muslims. The Chinese, they say horrible things about it. But Israel, if you say, hey, I don't think they should be committing a genocide and I don't think we should be paying for it, then it's anti-Semitism. I watched Piers Morgan today. He had Jake Shields, who I think Jake Shields is kind of an edgelord. He's not very intelligent. Like, I don't think he does the side that we consider ourselves on any favors. I think Jake Shields is kind of a try-hard douche. But they had Jake Shields. They had some other guy on his side. And then they had Ben Ferguson, that hacky radio guy. I know a hacky radio guy when I see one. And they had Rabbi Shmuley. Guys, I strongly encourage you to go watch today's Piers Morgan episode on YouTube and go see Rabbi Shmuley he was in Rabbi Shmuley form. That's all I'll say. He's, you're going to yell at your phone or your TV, wherever you watch it. You're going to go, shut the fuck up, because he never stops.
Benefit China so they can usurp us as the power
One
of the
thing
world.
we totally agree on is I love America.
Amen.
That's my team.
Controversial take,
that's my
Bill.
team, too.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
And I don't give any quarter to the leftists who just constantly downgrade America. It's another reason why they hate me. I mean, this is what I said to him your father-in-law in the text. It's like, if I'm so captured by the lunatic left, why did they hate me too?
God, does everyone hate you, Bill?
Let me answer that. Yes, everybody hates Bill Maher. He plays it off well, though. Like, Bill has always played the hated guy really, really well. And that's valuable because that's a skill. I mean, to be able to draw that emotion out of people, because if they hate you, they care. And if they hate you, they're a fan. And Bill plays that up very well. Bill plays the heel better than he plays a babyface.
When it's not fair. Yes, exactly.
You're all right.
That's how you know you're doing the right thing.
Maybe that's true.
God, Laura Trump is a tall drink of water, isn't she? Wasn't she formerly married to one of the Trump brothers? She's not still married to him, is she? Who let her go? Who's the dipshit who let that one go?
Maybe that's
when
true.
they both have an issue with you.
Yeah.
That's also why the people who like me a lot.
Yeah.
From both sides. And the people in the middle who just have had enough of people in their bubbles. Mm-hmm. I find it very frustrating that I cannot get the full story anywhere in the old media. It's very, I love the new free press.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God, that's the Barry Weiss thing. Barry Weiss is an Israeli intelligence shill. She is an Israeli intelligence plant. There's no way she got where she was off of skill and talent. I'll tell you why. Barry Weiss one day just showed up. She didn't have any track record. Like I said, she was never a journalist. She was just a columnist for the New York Times. And all of a sudden, she's getting on Rogan with no explanation. She's got this free press blog. It's not doing that well. CBS out of nowhere hands her $250 million and a job. And her whole thing is she wants to tell the truth and say nice things about Israel. I mean, she's about as clear a plant as you're going to get. She's made out of plastic, for God's sake.
Girl, Barry Weiss has started that. And now
Yeah.
she runs CBS.
Yeah.
And, you're seeing a change there that's
I think
more
that's very
fair.
positive.
I mean, I've been very
More
tough on the
fair.
media and
Do you
their,
like
their
the,
biases, and I cry no tears. We're losing NPR and PBS.
Yeah, don't cry any tears over that.
I don't.
No.
No, that's I agree with that. But Jesus, Barry Weiss is going to be more fair. Bill, you're the guy who calls out the corruption. You're calling out the bullshit, Bill. And Barry Weiss? Really? I've seen those girly shoulders before, says Anawal. I don't know what you mean. Hobo says she can get it. Yeah, who let her go? Which one of the Trumps let her go? I hope not the one who decided to start banging Kimberly Guilfoyle. Oh, God. Nomo says she rode in on Matt Taibbi's coattails. That's weird because I've always seen Matt Taibbi, whether he's left or right, I've always seen Matt Taibbi as kind of a ball buster and a fair guy. Wow. Sam Show, really? Don Jr. let her go, huh? What a fucking idiot. Or did he let her go, or did she leave him? She could have, left old Don Jr. There's no rule against that. Hey, Paul, thank you very much for the $5. Appreciate the $5, Paul. Appreciate that. Just 24 memberships away from 600. I appreciate that, guys. I appreciate that. Thank you very, very much. Keep it up. Shit. You guys are the best. All right, we got one more here. You got some of these conservative radio hosts that are starting to turn on Trump. This Eric Erickson, who's... How do I explain Eric Erickson if you don't know who he is? Eric Erickson is like a poor man's Rush Limbaugh. He's just a big fat guy who regurgitates conservative talking points. I mean, I've heard Eric Erickson like interviewed on news shows and stuff over the years. Doesn't really have a unique thought in his head, just kind of operates in talking points. Kind of like that Ben Ferguson guy. I mean, if you've heard one conservative like AM radio talk show host, then you've heard Eric Erickson. But he made a list of things that Trump hasn't delivered on and why he's a disappointment. And Trump's got to get to work, man, because he's starting to lose all different parts of the right. I saw an article today that said 71% of Jewish people disapprove of Donald Trump. And it just got me thinking, like, why the fuck do you keep doing these people's bidding? They hate you. Like Donald Trump, 71% of Jewish people go, we fucking hate you, Don. You suck. You're awful. And there's Don in his MAGA hat going, I love you. Israel's our greatest ally. I mean, come on, Don. You got your own money. You don't need it from Ellison. You don't need it from Miriam Adelson. These people behind your back and to your face spit on you. They think you're garbage, and you just do their bidding over your country's bidding. I mean, this second term has really been difficult to watch, for sure. It's really been difficult to watch because he's done nothing that he said he would. And he just keeps doing things for the benefit of people that will never like him. It's like back in the McCain days when John McCain when he ran against Obama and he kept wanting the media to like him. It's like, John, these people hate you. They're not going to like you. Why do you keep playing to them? Talk to us, John. Talk to the voters, not the media. And you can't convince them. They want to be liked. All right, guys, we got to fire up the music. We got to fire up the lights. It is our last evening show of the week. And you know what? You had a nice little rally towards the end. I can finally mention what a goal is tonight. It's $100. So let's get $100 in here. Let's throw in some memberships, some Rumble Rants, some Super Chats, PayPals, Venmo, etc. Fire up that music. Twice around the block. We'll go around twice with this song. 24 memberships away from 600 and an even $100 away from tonight's goal. Let's see if you guys can be perfect for our evening shows this week. What do you think? What does this show run on? That's what we're going to determine. Can $100 drop in out of the sky? Let's see. Knock it out. Fauci's Pangolin says 100 gets you till 10. What? Whoa. Wait a minute. Well, hold on. Whoa. What do you think? $100. Let's get some of those big, juicy, fake donos in there and get that last $100 for the evening shows all taken care of. Because we don't want to miss during the 5th anniversary week. That makes me look like a complete asshole, which actually I get that might be funny. Everybody, und mein Glück. For Max Brosmer and the Minnesota Vikings. Every single one of you won membership. Let's go. Every single one of you. Can't win them all, right? It's all right. We struggled most of the night. I mean, it was not smooth sailing. Maybe we end strong. Maybe we get some generosity here at the end. At least you don't have to hear about it all fucking night. Just the last 5 minutes. Enjoy. You definitely got to call it an evening show trend, though. It's troubling. We didn't hit 300 tonight. That stunk. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit a couple memberships. Let's see what we can do. Ooh. Yikes. Ooh. Oh, we're gonna take this one smiling, but this one smarts. We've had a very good week so far. I appreciate you guys. Throw in a little something. I mean, everyone all together, 100 will go quick, but we've got nobody all together. So, well, there's the first time. I guess that was just the warm up. I'll play this humiliating second run through the song, and here we go. Oh. Second time is for pity. Second time is for pity. Even the light wanted to quit tonight. It's like, Aaron, tonight's not our night, dog. I know, but it's starting to be a trend with the evening show, which is not a that's a problem that needs a solution, believe me. Not even any. We don't even have any fake donos tonight. Loaded Wrench gifting a membership. Thank you, Loaded Wrench. Appreciate that. Over on YouTube. Well, at least we didn't get completely shut out, but goddamn, guys. Not a good show tonight. Not good. You weren't entertained, not even a little. God, fuck. Well, we got a minute 40. Oh. Look, I'm happy. We've done great. We've been on a good run, but it's I'm not going to be bummed out about it, but it's painful to just sit here the last hour and a half. This is like being in a dunk tank sitting on nails. No pity whatsoever. We didn't even make a fiver for these last 5 minutes. I should have just let the song play and been quiet. Would have saved me some dignity. Oh, well. Yeah. Nothing. Nothing. Not a goddamn thing. $100 miss. How about that? The whole week has been amazing, and then just tonight, off a fucking cliff. This feels like charity. Honestly, what I'm about to tell you right now feels like charity. Thank you, Rabbi Smoothie, for gifting a membership. That's so nice. What I'm about to tell you just feels like pity and charity, and I will take it. I think I'm just going to say this is my 5-year anniversary gift a little early. This just shows how much this audience supports this show and wants to see it succeed. Steven with one of the big fake donos. Steven with an even hundo.
And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you.
Steven with an even hundo, and that means another win for the toe, and it's a perfect week of evening shows. That $100 drop wipes out all the bad. And that's also going to put Steven. Steven is now in second place with $155. Drinking Beers is in third at 103. Sanford's Son in fourth with 100. And Camel Toe in Central Booking with 50. So, guys, we made it. We hit. We did it. Steven walks with Christ. It's another win for the toe. I'm sorry you came in here just to see that at the end, Max Kep. that wasn't supposed to be for your eyes. It was supposed to be a really bad loss tonight, but Steven decided that we were worth a cool hundo, and I appreciate it. Thank you, Steven, and thank you to the rest of you. We'll be back for our final regular morning show tomorrow morning, and then we'll have the 5th anniversary show on Friday. Thank you very much for another win for the Toe. Take it easy, and we'll see you again very soon.